Riding on Cronin's dick. Riding on Cronin's dick. Riding on Cronin's dick. I lay you a riding on Cronin's dick. Riding on Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit.
All you dick-riding fucks with your minuscule channels, all you humping Cronin's vids like an army of camels, sitting comfy as shit, make your own monetize this. You got 13 subscribers, now you're starting to twitch. You got the same mic and setup, stop riding his dick. You got the same Skype setup, who you trying to kid? Get your own fucking gimmick, intellectual property. You're trying to pass Joe like he's going Monopoly. You want me making $200, you're getting fucked by the long conk and tennis racket Jones. Come fuck with me, taking your take, and you never give it back. Sitting hitting on the same 6 women in the chat.
I lay you a riding on Cronin's dick. Even though your own show
I got something to say.
Shit.
Chris Peeps is about as real as a spray tan. Face looking like it's grazed by a rape van. You done fucked up, cuck butt, you suck butt, your cunt's bloody, you dumb fuck, and your mom's a slut. And while I'm at it, fuck you leech, motherfuckers. Hope these words leave you shitting in your sheets, motherfuckers. You are corny little bitches, this is beef, motherfuckers. Watch me beat, meat, skeet, skeet, skeet on your mothers. Starting to think Joe Cronin should start charging admission for all the people that are riding on his dick these days. Fuck. Get your own ideas.
I lay you a riding on Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit. Fuck your ride. I lay you a riding on Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit. Fuck your ass. I lay you a riding on Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit. Riding on Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit. Fuck your ass. I'm on the corner, my heart gets colder. Every time he speaks, trying to get.
Good afternoon, motherfuckers. How the fuck is everybody? S. Dollar.
Everybody's out to get what you got. Think they're your friends as they sit and they plot, huh? Everybody on the street know how shit go. Everybody's plotting, homie, from the get-go. Act like they tight with you, all they really want is those. When shit hit the fan, homie, you know how it goes. Popo run up in the crib like, what you got? I say, fuck you, fuck him, and fuck the cops. Your little homie sucker told us about what you got. But when I see that little nigga, he gon' get top. I'm on the corner, my heart gets colder. Every time he speaks, trying to get closer. It's on my hip, man, it's sitting in the holster. Comes out when you do what you ain't supposed to. I'm a loner, son, I done told ya. Don't trust anybody, boy, I done warned ya. Everybody's out to get what you got. Think they're your friends as they sit and they plot, huh? Respect is earned, homie, no, it's not given. I was shackled, sent to isolation in the prison. Cause I kept my mouth shut, homie, I was living. They kept me locked up like a dog, that's how I was living. Skip meals, no showers, in my head is vivid. God's banging on my door, homie, no
Duncan.
Nightmares in my dreams, nigga, I was wishing for anybody, somebody, just to come listen. Now I'm out in the popo on my ass still. Every time I turn the corner, nigga, that's real. They sit and plot on your ass with the metal steel. And hope you act up, nigga, so they can deal. I'm on the corner, my heart gets colder. Every time he speaks, trying to get closer. It's on my hip, man, it's sitting in the holster.
S. Dollar.
What you ain't supposed to. I'm a loner, son, I done told ya. Don't trust anybody, boy, I done warned ya. Everybody's out to get what you got. Think they're your friends as they sit and they plot.
What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. As I sip the Dunkin'. JD drinks Starbucks, the little fuck. I drink Dunkin', though, motherfucker. Shout out to Dave Rose in the chat, who expressed the size of his cock a few minutes ago to everybody. Pretty cool. Can we go take a look at that? Because I thought that message was pretty funny. You know, JD's not going to be happy about that. I'm on the corner. I got a boner. Yo, Dave Rose. A lot of love to Dave in the chat, man. What's up? What's up to Lipless Navajo? What the fuck was that, dude? I have no idea what I just did, bro. Dude, I did it to Tonka, dude. Last night I tweeted you, I mean, you know, my voice is getting fucked up too, you know. I used to have a good metal voice when I was in a metal band. And my voice is jacked up too, so I'm not one to talk, but goddamn, I came across this clip on YouTube and I just about had a fucking heart attack. And I'm gonna play it in a minute. But before I do that, I just want to say hi to everybody and see what's up with the supporters. And on top of the supporters too, I do want to shout out the $25 patrons and up who became producers of the show. And I also want to say that I didn't realize there was a cap. There was a cap of 25 only producers on Patreon. So many people told me, hey Joe, I tried to become a producer level and I couldn't. It was capped off. So they didn't know what to do. And I just realized there was a cap on it. We broke the fucking cap. You fuckers broke the fucking cap. I had one dude tell me that he was like, I never liked the Patreon shit and everything from people, but I tried it out and I didn't realize how much shit you get. And then he stayed a patron, and I gotta shout him out for that, because he said, he was like, I'm just gonna do 1 month to give you an extra boost, and then I'm gonna go to $2 a month, you know. And he stays at 25. That's fucking amazing, man. So thank you to William X for going to the 25 and keeping it. After talking himself out of it right away, he talked himself into it. Because, I don't know, man. And we haven't even done enough of the content. People are telling me they can't keep up with the Patreon shit, but we haven't even done... There's a bunch that hasn't gone up yet, you know? I got 3 things in the bank that need to go in there. I need to get uploaded. It's going to be crazy. So thank you to William X and every other producer. We'll give you a shout out in a few minutes. Big time shit, man. I got some shit to talk about, man. I got some shit to talk about today. How much, let me hit up the chat real quick. How much percent of WWE arenas are empty? Right now, that depends. I mean, like, I'd say on average, like, 8% to 10% now. But there's some shows they do where it's like 15, and we've seen other shows where it was like 25% empty, which is insane. And those are on televised shows. That's the crazy shit. Awonddy, what up? Awonddy in the chat. I think I'm going to have some fun on this stream tonight, right now. Before SmackDown and before the SmackDown Live review. And, you know, I'm going to do some wrestling news, wrestling talk, but I'm also going to probably rant about some things. I'm probably going to make a song or two. I'm probably going to act like a psychopath at some point. Sociopath, psychopath. And, it's going to get interesting, man. So if you like fucked up shit, stick around, you know. But if you like the straight up wrestling talk, this might not be the show for you. But I'll do anything, whatever I want. You know, it doesn't matter. I'll do anything. Oh, man. Give me that fucking S.Dollar flow back, man. Like, seriously. That shit is fucking firing me up. Like, I'll just listen to that this whole show. I'll play that fucking song, bro. I wish that song was like 8 minutes long and it was about like just fucking tearing people apart, man. I'm down with that. Tearing people down. Dude, the word of the day is sociopath, alright? You know, to be honest, I love my buddy JB, but Tommy still doesn't have the belt. He just texted me, like, he's like furious. He still don't have the belt. So Tommy's pissed off. Really upset is Tommy.
Give me that hell yeah!
Please shit on my dick. I'm practicing for you, pappy, I'm practicing.
Oh my god. Yo, Paige, what up, Paige? Paige here. Paige here. How's Paige here? El Gelo de Oro. Buenos noches. Thank you very much for the 316, man. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve. Yeah! Sorry. 25. Sorry. 25 shots, baby. 25 shots of Dunkin' Dog Sack. You know, Dunkin', we used to call Dunkin' Donuts Dunkin' Dog Nuts, but Dunkin' Dog Sack I think I like better. Bro, I'm going to start my own coffee company, call it Dunkin' Dog Sack. And the logo is a dog standing up straight, and his balls are dripping coffee, and people are trying to suck off the ball sack for the coffee. Dunkin' Dog Sack. You think they'll sue me for that? You think I could get sued for that? I don't fucking know. Fuck it. What up, Ben Ashes? I haven't even opened up Skype yet. At some point, I'm going to take calls. Gallo, thank you for the donation. All the super chats and shit are on, as always. I'm going to open up my Skype right now. Bear with me a minute. What the fuck? Is there a fucking spiderweb on me? Or is that one of Leah's hairs? What the fuck, Leah? Jesus Christ. Like a 2-foot fucking hair. My God, her fucking hair is all over the place. She doesn't even come down here. What the hell's going on? Alright, let me log into my other account. It's stupid that Skype is all fucked up. I'm waking up too, like I'm sort of like waking up. Like I've been awake for a while, but it's like I'm in a coma still from Raw. That shit was horrible. I don't even know what my fucking password to this account is. About to find out. Oh, there it is. Oh shit, Gook! The Humpster Broski!
I want to see Tommy get that belt ASAP. No, I don't want him to have it, but the sooner we get him the belt, the sooner we can take it from him.
Yes.
Hashtag impeach Tommy.
That's the thing, man. You know what? Gook the Humpster Broski. That's the thing that's pissing me off, man. If Tommy doesn't get the fucking belt this Friday, then we have to give him extra time, and then he's gonna have the belt for even longer, and that's a fucking mess. Alright? That's a fucking mess. Now, earlier, I Facebook messaged Tommy, and I asked him, like, if he got the belt, and he said no, and he said maybe I have to hurt somebody, and I'm like, hurt somebody? What up, Cryback, you lying piece of shit?
First of all, that was racist, you fuck. I should gobble your scrotum for that.
You're
Change
right.
my name in the description to you whore. You're lucky I don't call the show and fight you, Cronin, cause I will. I'll give you war, motherfucker, mayonnaise cracker.
Mayonnaise cracker? That's fucking awesome. Dude, I swear to God, mayonnaise cracker is the best fucking insult for white people. Like, just call them, like, fucking mayonnaise or something. I don't know what it is, but that cracks me up, man. Mayonnaise motherfucker. Like, that'd be great. Some guy just calls you mayonnaise motherfucker. God damn. God damn. People are pissed. You know, I mean, seriously, though, if we can't get the belt off of this fuck, you know, onto the fuck, we need to get the belt onto the guy in order to get shit going. We need to get the belt on the guy to get shit going. Watched Game of Thrones yesterday. That episode was crazy. Yeah, Beely, dude, I don't know why people are fucking hating on Game of Thrones like a little bit. There's like a core of people that are actually shitting on it. I understand kind of what they're saying about, you know, what was supposed to happen maybe to them and whatever else. But I don't know, man. I loved what happened. Jesus, I did. I'm not, you know, it's not a Star Wars situation to me. It's not a Ghostbusters situation to me. It's not a SJW situation to me. They have set this up since day one. You know, now they also set up John. That's the thing, and I don't want to go into spoilers too much because people might not have seen it. But I'll just say, like, they have set up John, they have set up Arya, they've set up many people from the first season to, like, basically become badass or do something. And, you know, they went with the one thing at the time that they thought they should, and there's still more to come with this story. And, you know, I don't know. To me, it made kind of sense. Although, here's what I will say is it's backwards. To me, it's backwards, right? Like, I thought Cersei would be handled by Arya, and the White Walkers would be the other way. You know what I mean? Because it's more personal. It's different. It's weird. So, like, that's the only thing I thought it would, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much because I don't know what people have seen and don't want to talk about and whatever else. So, whatever, bro. But, yeah, tonight it's Boston Bruins, Columbus Blue Jackets. I'll be watching that and talking about that. And then on top of that, SmackDown Live. So, I got a lot of shit to watch tonight. 312, what's up? I never take calls this way. I usually do it on my tablet. Shit, 312, can you hear me? The fuck? Why can't I hear this dude? Is this because I don't normally take calls on this Skype? I should have just logged into my other one. I should have just taken them the regular way that I always do it. Bear with me a second. Maybe I can figure out what the hell's going on. What is going on? This is so weird. Okay, now I think I see what's going on, maybe. Hey, man, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Holy shit, I can hear you now. I just fucking hit the button and I blew my head off. Yeah, bro, what's up?
Oh, man, Joe, it's not wrestling related, but...
Good.
Man, I got this college crush, man. I don't know what to do.
Holy shit, dude. Like, all right, I've had that happen. I had that happen with two different girls, but what do you mean? Like, what's going on?
We're all friends for like a couple months, you know, been hanging out around campus, you know. I just don't know what to do. I was calling Uncle Joe for some advice, you know. My
advice would be don't let it go away. Like, don't regret it. You know what I mean? Like, when I was in college, there was two girls, right? There was one girl that was seeming like more of the one that you'd marry, I think, and then there was another girl that was like kind of loopy and out there. And I was like wondering about, but I kind of wanted to hook up with both of them or whatever. And I'll never forget this. The one girl, I was taking like, I had a digital camera, and you got to remember this is 2003.
Okay.
And I had this digital camera, dude. It was like this gray box of a camera. So it looked like one of those old cameras you put film in, but it wasn't. But anyway, I was taking video of her one day, and this is after hanging out with her a whole bunch and all these type of things. And I have this video to this day. I could probably find it at some point. And I have this video of her doing this thing with her tongue where she's like fucking like and she's like doing that into the camera. And I was like, holy fuck. And that was totally a sign of like, hey, like, let's do it. And I passed her up twice, kind of like, you know, I just like was unsure of what to do. I didn't want to do anything yet. I wasn't sure. I didn't quite move fast enough. And anyway, the bottom line is nothing ended up happening. But like, you know, years later, she was like, why didn't you ever hook up with me or whatever? And I was like, what the fuck, what an idiot. But so the other girl, though, I invited over to my house, and I had her come over. But I tried shit with her. Like, it was weird. I tried things with her, and she was different. I figured out that she was a friend. She wasn't like into doing anything. I could tell it. I was like, oh man. So I literally took, you know, I asked her to come hang out and then tried to hook up with her, realized she didn't like me, which is like, I don't know. Like I was like, what the fuck? I literally made the mistake of hitting on the wrong one. You know, so
Right.
you might as well have just gone for it on both of them. You know, I mean, I passed up the other one a couple times. So I don't know, man. I just say go for it and find out, because the worst that happens again is like, oh no, you know. But like try to keep it so that if you want to be friends with her, that you can salvage it. But if you can't be friends with her anyway, you know, then who cares? Then you might as well try it anyhow. That I just say go for it. Like, you know, is she hanging out with you by herself?
Yeah, only on school though, like nothing out of school. Yeah, I mean semester ended like today for me. Yeah, so I don't know.
Does she ever say anything like about any like? It's hard to tell sometimes, you know what I mean? Like she could be in you, she might not be. But what I used to do, this doesn't work for everybody, but what I used to do is sometimes I'd just wait around a little bit and I'd let them kind of tip me off, and I'd be like, okay, because you know some guys would be like ask a girl out a million and take no a bunch, but then get a yes every once in a while. But a lot of times what I would do is I would wait to get the tip off from them. Like first, like, oh yeah, that's like when that girl did that tongue shit and was like teasing the camera when I was taking her picture. That to me right away, like that was tip off, like 100%. Like that, she's ready to either hook up or hang out. I don't know if she'll date me, but she's down for something, because that's fucking weird. You know, I had another girl in high school do the same thing, but you know, so you gotta like weigh it. But there's nothing to lose, man. The worst, seriously, the worst is when you're like you're gonna be like older and you're gonna be like, shit, I should have asked that girl then, you know, because it'll be 10 years later and you won't even know that person anymore, you know, and you'll be like, why didn't I do that? Because if you date for 6 months, or even if you don't date and you just hook up, even if you liked her more and you just ended up hooking up and you didn't get the relationship maybe you wanted, you still at least hooked up with her, so at least you had that. Like, it's like experience points in a video game, you know. So
Yeah.
I would definitely like ask her to hang out like as soon as possible. Like, be like, you know, hey, you should come. Do you ever hear her talk about drinking or like hanging out or anything she likes doing?
Yeah, she likes to drink sometimes, but you know, I'm not that type of guy, you know.
What about like what do you mean, like you don't drink, or you wouldn't? What are you talking about?
Like I just wouldn't I wouldn't go out to a bar and do stuff, you know.
Oh, but I mean, would you drink with her?
Yeah, I could try. Yeah.
So you should be like, or find out like what the shit she likes. I mean, I don't know what she's into, but like you.
Yeah, we're both into like video games and stuff.
So what do you know what her favorite video game is right now?
No, not exactly. No.
Find that out. And also when you find that out, bring up older video games too. Bring up like, you guys are younger than me obviously, but I mean like bring up like Super Mario Party or a game like that. And,
yeah, she plays that.
Oh, sick. So here's what you do. Be like, oh, sometimes I used to, you know, sometimes I play like Mario Party and shit like that. We do these drinking games with Mario Party. It's awesome. Like, you ever want to come over and hang out? Like, we could we could play Mario Party or some shit, or something like that. Like, I swear to God, like you'll either get a yes or a no. I mean, like it's not a big deal. If you have friends that do that, then that's even better, because then, you know, you're inviting her into an environment where there's friends and shit like that. Being like, hey, want to come over play Mario Party with me and drink? Like, that might be weird, but depending on what type of girl she is. But if you've got friends or mutual friends, then you should definitely get people over to like have a gaming night and drink, and then try that with her, and then after that, try to invite her over, just you and her. So,
okay,
you know, then it's not creepy, and then it's also she's more calm and safe around, because like she's like, oh, but she already knows you, so it should be all right.
Yeah, the least thing I want to be is creepy.
Yeah, I don't know how long you know, because that all depends. Like, if you know somebody, you know how, you know what I mean, you can be. Like, there's a fucking girl I hooked up with back in years ago, and she knew me from high school, and I barely knew her at all. And I mean, I was just on I was on MySpace probably, and I was like, she was talking to me or something, and I was talking to her a little bit, but she reached out to me, and then I saw her somewhere, and she said my name and already knew me, and so one night she's like, "What are you doing?" And I just said, if like a girl asks you, what are you doing? A lot of times I would say like, oh, I'm just, I'm going to go out, I'm going to do some drinking, I'm going out, I went out fishing earlier, now I'm going to drink or whatever. And like a lot of times they just be like, oh, I wish I was drinking or I wish I had something to drink or whatever. And then you're just like, well, I got a whole bunch of alcohol if you want to come hang out with me. And then I swear to God, like 70% of the time that's becomes a, oh, how am I going to get there? Like, you know, that type of shit. And then you're hanging out with them. So it's bizarre. It's like, but I don't know what, you know, but when you're dealing with somebody who's maybe not sure about, you know, what they want to do or what they feel like, that might be different to be like, oh, I'm just drinking by myself. Oh, you're pathetic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to tell them I'm drinking by myself at home.
There's like times like when she'll like drunk text me sometimes and she'll be like, oh, dude, you're like handsome and you're cute. But like, you know, I could be the alcohol. I don't know.
Oh my God, dude.
Could be that. Yeah.
No, but that's like, oh, I mean, here's the thing. If it could be a couple things, right? There could be, she could be the type of girl that just wants to hook up with people and stuff like that right now. Not like a whore or anything like that. She just wants to hook up with people, have fun. Number two, she could actually be shy and trying to tell you something. And
definitely the shy type.
Yeah, so see, like, I think that could be happening. But it could be three, that she was just drunk that night and said some shit and she doesn't like you. So it's those three things. But you've got a damn good chance that that you're going to hook up with her. So you got to be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm drinking too, or I'm going to be drinking tonight, or like, hey, you should come hang out with me and drink sometime. Or, you know, seriously, come hang out and drink with me sometime and play some Mario Party. It's wicked fun. You have a couple drinks and you play Mario Party. Like, come on over or whatever the fuck. Like, just fucking text her and just do that. Just move. Like, what are you, 23?
21.
Yeah, so, like, you got to do that. Like, you got to move. Like, you know, the only reason why I started hooking up with people, like, the way I did was because, like, when I lost my ex-girlfriend was the only reason. Otherwise, I was more shy before that because I had, like, 6 girlfriends before that. You know what I mean? So, after my ex left me for 2 years, it was just, like, it's fucking crazy, man. Like, if you just talk to people, like, it's amazing how many people just come your way and want to hang out and whatever. But if you just sit there wondering all the time, you know, you just end up losing it. And then later on, you're like, fuck.
Right.
Yeah, you got to do it, man. You got to, and then, like, I don't know, man. You just got to move. You just got to do it. Like, this is sort of like a, well, I was in sales for years. This is like a layup. You know, this is like a, what the fuck do you call it in sales? I can't even remember now. But this is like a layup. This is like a walk-in. This is like a done, almost a done deal in a way. Like, you know, you don't, like, you already know the girl. You already know the connection. You know, you could be in the situation where you don't know anyone right now, and you're not doing anything. So you have to go to a bar or go online and like try to find a group and randomly message a person, like, and be all creepy. But you've already got the benefit of socially being in college. So you made that one connection, then someone's comfortable with you. Now you can ask for the next step. Like, this is like a layup. You got to do it.
All right, Joe. I'll do it.
You got to text her, like, does she text you randomly?
Sometimes, yeah.
When's the last time she texted you?
Like a month ago. But
Damn.
It wasn't really anything like, you know, seductive, you know, just random funny shit back and forth.
What's she do? Like, how far away is she? She, like, live near you?
Yeah.
She come over your house before?
No. We haven't hung out outside of class. You know, outside of campus.
Are you still in class with her?
No.
Have you talked to her anywhere else in the last month?
Yeah, we've chilled around campus, you know, just talking about life for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to. What is she like? What is she like? Do you know what she likes to do? Like, where she would definitely be like, "Yeah, I want to do that."
I don't know. She got a lot of friends. You know, they just play video games at her house and stuff. So.
Damn, at her house. That girl's awesome. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, she's great.
You gotta be like, yeah, you gotta hit her up for like some Mario Party or some old school shit that she loves. Like, does she love like old? Like, what is she like? See, that's the thing you gotta find out. Like, you should know. Like, to me, like, now you should know that. You should definitely have asked her at some point, or ask her now. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm making like a top 5 list of video games, like what do you think like the top 5 like of video games like all time that you love to play are, whatever, like, and then and you're comparing like top 5s and figure out like what her game is, figure out what she like loves, like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't know, just have that shit in your mind, you know what I mean, with what she loves, you can bring it up. Like Zelda, like I know Leah loves Zelda, World of Warcraft. I know if I get Leah like something Zelda or World of Warcraft, like she'll really, especially if it's like important or rare or cool, that means a lot to her because she cares about that. Shit like that, books, like whatever the fuck. So yeah, you gotta know. I would know that. I would find out what that is. But yeah, I would definitely ask her to hang out and play some games sometime. Be like, hey, we should play some games sometime and hang out or whatever and have a good time. But yeah, that's my answer. Do it now. You might as well find out before she slips away and you never get anywhere,
Yeah, I get it.
And then if it fails and you feel like shit, just call me and I'll make you feel better.
All right, Joe. Thanks a lot,
dude.
man.
All right, later, man. I'll see you.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, baby. Adam Cole. Don't tell her you like wrestling though. Don't say anything about wrestling. 480, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
I feel like
I got a question for you. I wanted to hear your opinion on it because we've had different opinions before on WWE's ratings and all that. Dave Metzler went on the record recently and talked about, since that dude was having problems, you were playing Dr. Phil with him about women and stuff. What do you think? Are the women messing with the ratings? Like, because they're pushing them more? I'm going to just say it, just like Dave did.
Honestly, I think that nobody is doing well because of the booking and stuff. I don't think it's the women because the women in NXT were able to, like, carry the company. You know what I mean? At one point, like, seriously, Sasha and Bayley and then all the other women, they were carrying NXT for about a year and a half. It was to the point where it was like, damn, are the guys ever going to step it up? And so I don't believe that. I literally think that the WWE's cringy week-to-week storytelling is so bad. And then when you put girls in that cringe situation, like dudes that are watching just don't get it. They like resent it. It's atrocious. So, and women in TNA killed it for years. For a while, like the knockouts were the best thing about TNA Impact Wrestling. So once again, like I've seen women succeed and carry companies, not because I'm an SJW who like wants, hey, the women are but because they actually did do a good job. So I just think I think that you could have no women on this show, it would suck. And you put women on the show, and it also sucks. So that's all it is.
I wanted to apologize to you about last time we called, because we have a different view, because I've watched wrestling my whole life. We're about the same age. And I told you that I think there's a lot of politics going on. I was all excited when I called, couldn't shut the fuck up. My bad. But like I said, I just want to know what you thought, because Metzler talked about that, and, everyone's, big moves are being made everywhere.
What did he say? What did he say again?
He said the women. He said that he thought very well. The women, Dave Metzler went on record saying that, that on a statistic view, that could be a part because they're pushing them more, less than the men, this and that,
Yeah, it could.
Ratings-wise.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it really could be. But, to me, I disagree with him if he thinks that that's the reason. I don't think so. I think you could make this show all men, and it would still suffer. I mean... so I don't agree with him. I mean, I know there's...
He said one reason.
Yeah,
he said one reason. He didn't like that's the reason,
I don't think it helps, because I think if you're going to have women wrestling, they need to be at the top of their game, or the men are going to fold on it. Like, nobody's going to take them seriously. So they have to be, like, extra cool and extra good. And instead, they're still cringy. Like, so they're mega cringy. So so maybe he's a little bit right that it's not helping. I'll say that.
Well, think of it this way. How many stars, you got Becky Lynch that has that star power. Ronda Rousey's in a whole different game because of UFC and all that. But, Charlotte Flair's in a different game. But really, the star power, she's probably the stone cold error of this day PG error type, whatever crap's going on right now that we're seeing with them. You know.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, that Stone Cold era.
Stone Coldish, I guess.
That Stone Cold shit just cringes me out because she's nowhere near Stone Cold. You know what I mean?
No. But this PG era, she sure as hell looked at it as. They don't know what the hell real shit is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ronda Rousey, I thought Ronda did the best job, like, with promos because she was just so batshit crazy on the promo.
I don't think she knew what she was doing, dude.
I mean, she's not good in, she's not good in the ring because, she's okay in the ring, but here's the thing about Ronda. Last year at WrestleMania, she had the best match, but this year, dude, she does the same 5 things over and over again, like the step-ups, head scissor into the arm, like the same moves over and over. You saw it at WrestleMania this year. That Ronda,
I think a lot of that had to do with safety, dude. I think people were getting pissed off, you know, and like a little worried about how she was, you know, working with the other workers. And I think, you know, that she felt safe because they probably were like, that's what you're good at, you know. I don't know. That's kind of what I saw with that.
Yeah, they might have limited her. Like, hey, just stick to the fucking 5 things: the crossbody, off the top rope, her
face, TV, her presence makes money. That's all they need, really. They don't give a shit, you know?
Yeah, they care about they've got the personality of her down, but it's like the women are just not hitting on the same strides they hit on in NXT. They're not doing as well as Impact Wrestling's women did. The knockouts, the beautiful people. I remember thinking, like, why can't WWE do this? And then NXT did do it. But the main roster in WWE still hasn't done it. You know, it's weird. We all shit on Charlotte, but I think Charlotte is the only one that's still... I mean, she's been given everything to do, but she's delivered, too. Charlotte's the most well-rounded wrestler. She's a robot on the mic, but...
She has the old blood in it, too. She knows that you lay down to push the other one over, you know, like if you really go deep in the business on that shit. She knows you take a hit to get a hit, and, you know, like, I think she has that old blood in her, Ric Flair and all that, you know, and...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she's also got that fucking... Goddamn Andrade semen
blood now with Andre.
Andrade semen penis.
Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
whatever the hell they're gonna change his name to.
Yeah, they will. If you're not a white guy, and you don't have an English name from the fucking European hemisphere, you know they're gonna probably rename you. If you can't say your name, you know, if it's not like Ben Smith. You know what I mean? Vince is going to change the name. You know, anything foreign that's got more than one name or 4 syllables, you're fucking done.
So you think Sasha's going to get a push? Or you think because of her little fit, especially because with the whole ratings and women, because there's word going around that it's already being talked about. And you know Big Vinny, he's listening to everything. So if he's, you know, in the ratings and all that, and word is he's down with it. He's encouraging the pushes and stuff. You know, but statistically, the ratings are going down. You think because she threw her fit after the time, all that, she's going to, you know, get the push she needs, Money in the Bank or whatever.
I mean, maybe. I mean, look at the Revival. The only difference with the Revival is nobody else is... I don't think we've seen anybody get pissed off and walk away and then come back. We haven't seen that. Dean got mad. He's really leaving. You know, Ty Dillinger asked for his release. They granted it, and he left. Luke Harper asked for his release, and they hold him hostage to send a message. Neville wanted his release. They held him hostage. So I don't think we have yet to see somebody that's at Sasha's level be like, fuck you, and now I'm taking a break, but to come back. So if she comes back, it will be the first person in a while that I've known that was pissed off, that left for a while and came back after embarrassing them. They've taken shots at her.
Legit reasons, yeah. Legit shit.
Yeah. And they've taken shots at her, too. How
ironic is that, huh? I said that shit. Oh, my God.
It is funny, man. I don't know. I don't know what we disagreed on, but it's about I think we're about the same on stuff. I don't know.
Well, no. When I first called, I wouldn't shut up, and I was telling you about how, because Vince McMahon is big billionaire boss bitch, and Linda works with Trump administration.
Oh.
And WWE actually copyrighted my video that it goes way deeper than just what you're seeing.
Well, remember I told you
why the ratings are going down.
Did you remember what I said to you, that Linda is running Trump's super PAC?
Yeah.
So like she didn't leave Trump. You know what I mean? Like,
no, she didn't leave. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's actually campaigning for him. That's why she stepped down, was to campaign for him. But I think you were saying that, like, oh, you know, Trump's this is why they're going after WWE, because she left Trump, but she's actually with him still. It's just she stepped down
go
from
watch
that
my
spot.
video. Go watch, and you'll see what I said. Exactly.
Yeah, send me a link to it, and if I can't find
it's
it,
the name of my name, Snafu Snaps, SNAFU, like situation normal, all effed up, World War II term.
all right,
Snafu Snaps.
I'll look for it. I'm gonna look for it. If I can't find it, please email it to me, JoeCroninShow@yahoo.com.
Okay, first
All right.
one, my man. Good
Yeah.
show though, for sure.
Thanks, man. I'll take a look at it. I like that stuff. So,
All right, cool, man. You guys have a good one.
all right, later, man. You too. 908, what's up?
Joe fucking Cronin, the
What's up?
whole fucking show.
What's up, baby?
Jacob.
Jacob, what's up, dude? No, the whole show ain't here, man. He's making a video about my wife somewhere.
Dude, some of your callers are fucking retards, dude. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, dude, you don't even watch the show anymore. What are you doing here?
Dude, you know what's crazy, dude? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think it's one thing, like, I think we just have to all admit that WWE is dead, bro. It's not dead to the kids and the little girls and the fanboys and the old virgins who still live with their mommies. It's dead to us men who actually have brains and aren't products of the SJW era. I haven't watched wrestling or WWE for about 3 months now, Joe. And I still watch this show only for the reviews just to see what's happening. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's not going to get better. People are leaving. A lot of people are leaving. Before, it was just like 2-3 wrestlers a year that get fired or get, but now it's like everybody wants to leave and go somewhere else. And like, listen, I give it all to Cody, dude. That dude is making something out of himself, and like, he doesn't have to be that typical WWE guy who just goes to a different company. He actually created a whole new company, like with Khan and all those guys. So I do respect the fact that AEW is trying to become something that we can watch as people who have fucking brains. But I do also not like the fact that they're turning a little SJW themselves, AEW, and I get it. That's the new world
dude, no. Let me tell you something. AEW is going to be more SJW than WWE.
That is true.
I mean, seriously, they're running on that platform. The WWE is like trying to pretend play it. The SJW stuff in the WWE doesn't even bother me. The shitty storylines every week bother me.
Oh yeah, that's the main problem. The writers, the creators.
But Jacob, let me ask you something, bro. And listen, I love you, dude. I really do like you. I thought you don't listen to the show anymore.
No, I do. I just don't comment in the chat anymore sometimes.
That's not what you said the other day on a different place.
But I do watch the show.
So you
lied.
lied.
I never actually literally said I don't watch Joe Cronin anymore. I actually did say I still am going to continue watching Joe Cronin. And everybody can look that up on YouTube.
All right, well, I'm just saying, man, it's weird.
Yeah,
You're fucking weird.
I remember. You guys will never make me stop watching FMN or Joe Cronin, and I still watch Joe Cronin. But yeah, I will admit I did stop watching your wrestling reviews because WWE sucks.
I mean, quote. I could quote you. Listen, I love you, man. I'm not trying to. I do. I really appreciate you. I get when people fucking around on YouTube and stuff like that. But you did say, quote, I haven't watched them in a month.
That could have been wrestling. I could have been talking about wrestling, not you. Because I still watch Monetize This. Let's be honest.
I haven't watched Ken or Joe in a month.
That could be the case, though. That could be the case because I did stay off the internet and YouTube because there's a lot of scumbags around here. There's a lot of retards around here. So sometimes you gotta lay off the shit. But I will be honest, I am kind of done watching wrestling. What's the point of watching?
Well, I'm done watching wrestling. But hey man, I would totally understand if you were done watching wrestling. But this was an insinuation after basically people said that I was a scumbag idiot, and then you said, dude, I don't even watch him anymore. I haven't watched him or Ken in a month. But listen, Jacob.
Well, yeah, that is possible, right? To take a break.
No, I get it, man. But whatever. I love you, man. I do. I really do. I'm saying, man. Like sometimes I hear shit and it's like fucking weird. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, in YouTube, that happens a lot. You hear something, and it's actually the other thing. That always happens around here.
It is weird,
you say
man.
One thing, and then it goes to a different person, and then it goes to a different person. It's like the telephone game.
Yeah, well, it's not. Oh, I mean, I have the clip. It's not telephone. I heard your voice. I heard what you said. But let me tell you this, Jacob. Let me ask you this. Let's play a game. Linda McMahon's pussy or fucking Michelle Obama's pussy. Which one you taking?
I'm taking Joe Cronin's cock.
All right, there you go, baby. Jacob, everybody, good guy, kind of. Wow. I mean, full on exposed though, Jacob. Seriously, I don't understand people, man. You know what I really don't understand are guys who I never talked about ever, that go on Twitter and talk shit about me, and then I randomly say something about them because of it, and then they do a whole promo on me on Twitter and ranting to people about how I'm a dickhead. And this is a person who's come up to me in person and met me multiple times, asked me how to do YouTube. And then, in January, the guy sends me a cell phone text message because he's a guy. He's a guy that sends me a text message. And he says, "What's your fucking problem with me? Do we have to fight, or do we have to be a man in real life?" Bro, I've never really mentioned you almost ever until you mentioned me. Never mentioned you almost ever till you mentioned me. That was in January. And then we have a conversation through text messages and cell phones, because I gave this guy my real number years ago when I met him. That, hey, listen, man, I don't have a problem with you. I barely know who you are. I hope your show goes well. I know I hope you have a good time. I don't ever want to mention you, but you mentioned me, so I mentioned you. You know, like, I'm game. I'm cool if you are. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm cool. All right, cool. I'm cool too, man. Well, hey, anyway, like, hope you have a good day. And, yeah, I have no problems with you, man. I'm not going to mention you again, you know. You just, whatever. Okay. All right, man. Well, I'm glad we talked. All right, have a good day. And only to see, like, weeks ago that the guy's going off like a madman on Twitter about me. But I haven't said a word to him or about him since we had that text in January. But he's flipping out about I'm a scumbag and how he's going to expose me. I'm sorry that you only have 5 listeners on your shitty show. I'm sorry that you literally had 5 listeners on your shitty show and you don't know how to do YouTube. I'm sorry. I know that you want to try to gain 20 listeners from me somehow by fighting with me or yelling at me or saying I'm a scumbag or I don't take care of my kids or whatever the fuck you say. Oh, Jacob, I can play the clip, bro. Jacob, I can play the clip. All right? And by the way, the only reason I know you said that, Jacob, is because they literally came in my fucking shit and sent me their links to their shit over and over again. That's how pathetic they are. And I'm not talking about Jacob right now. I'm talking about fucking this other guy. And the guy gets 5 listeners, and he tries to do a show, and I watch it, and it's just sort of him trying to look cool and be cool with his fucking tattoos, and he bought the mic I told him to buy, and, you know, whatever. And he has to beg his friend to come on there to do the podcast with him, but it's not very good. And the only people in his chat are the 5 to 8 people that are from my community, so I recognize everybody in his chat. And then now the guy's like, well, you know what? I fucking don't know how to do YouTube. I failed, so I'm gonna now attack Joe Cronin. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack Joe Cronin. Does that make any sense, to attack the guy who tried to help you and you came in person and looked me in the face and literally was like, hey, I love your show and how are you doing? And I thought you were so cool that I thought we'd start hanging out eventually because you lived up the street from me apparently. And you can't, it's fucking, dude, I'll tell you, man, people are fucking weird. YouTube is full of weird pieces of shit, dude. People are full of shit and weird. And people wonder, this is not Scampoli. No, this is not him. No, trust me, this Scampoli actually has a fucking show and actually has talent. This is people who are just fucking, like, their parents aborted them, like, or wanted to abort them but had to have them, or they're fucking secretly want to bang other men, or something. Like Dave Rose said it best, that they become homosexuals, like, in the background. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, I am telling you, there is something bizarre going on. Why does everybody do it? And you know what they would say is, this is how much of a scumbag Joe Cronin is, because look at all the people that come out against him. Yeah, and all the people that come out against me is all people that want to start a show that don't know how to do it. It's a big fucking work. That's why when I'm friends with people, they usually will stay friends with me to a certain extent. You know, there's a reason for a problem with everybody. This guy that's so mad that he's gonna fucking say all this shit on Twitter about me, I literally have your text messages where we said, oh, cool, I'm cool if you are. I hope you're okay. I don't know what went wrong, but I'm cool if you are. Okay, cool, man. Well, you won't hear me say your name like that again. Okay, cool, I'm fine. I don't even care. I don't understand what the problem is. Okay, cool, see you later. Yet now you're on Twitter saying that I'm this piece of shit asshole. What are you talking about? So that's number one fucking dickhead who can't figure out how to do YouTube by himself. You failed on YouTube, so now you attack me. I get it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I used to do it. I tried doing it too, a little bit, to some people. And it was only when people were dickheads to me that I did it. And what I found was it basically didn't work. You know, I only attack somebody if they're a dickhead to me. I don't fucking just make shit up on people. Like fucking Bruce Blitz, I never fucking had a problem with him until I said, hey, dude, our fans both want us to do shows together. What do you think about that, man? Would you like to do a podcast or something? Seems like our listeners want us to do a crossover. And then he calls me a faggot. Why? Because because people kept begging me, like, tell him, can you reach out to him, have him do a show with you? This was years ago. And the guy called me a faggot. So what did I do? I cut about 7 promos on him going forward about how he's a bald-headed retard from Chicago, and all he does is ever hate on John Cena. He's one-dimensional cocksucker with man titties and a fucking egghead. He got a fucking mongoloid face that only a fucking rapist would love. And then everybody gets all pissed off at me. Well, I'm sorry. I was the nice person. And then this person was a shithead. So I buried him. I'll go through the list of people. And what happened? You know what I'm saying? I'm no fucking angel. But if you come to me and say, hey, you know what? I tried fucking with you. I made a mistake. Like, whatever. Let's just call it over. Okay, I will. But when you do that for the 5th time, no. 5th time, no. And when you're somebody who just basically is so angry that I won't promote you by saying your name, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to promote your name, motherfucker, you know. Okay, you fucking pothead idiot. I will not say your goddamn name because you have 5 listeners and they're all my listeners from when you were in my chat talking and people became friends with you. I am so sick of being the conduit for everybody else's shit. It's pathetic. It really is. You don't know how to do YouTube by yourself. You don't know how to do it. You know who knows how to do it? Sir fucking Cardinal. Sir fucking Cardinal. A guy who's been watching me for 5 years at least. Sir fucking Cardinal. He now has 4,000 subscribers and does a review of sports that trends sometimes. And he gains subscribers. Did he suck someone's dick hole or fight with people or hurt them or attack their children to get there? No. The guy actually had an idea, put it to work, and had some talent. And that rewarded him with results. But you can't fix stupid. You can't turn a turd into fucking gold. So even if you tag, you title, and you do all this stuff right, at the end of the day, when you tag, title, and make a description and make a great thumbnail, at the end of the day, if you're a fat rhinoceros with no personality and you grab your microphone that Joe Cronin told you to buy, and you sit there and you go, well, man, so it looks like Dallas today, there was a shooting in Dallas, and, it's messed up, bro. And then basically people watch your video like expecting something and they're like, okay, yeah, but then they realize that your personality is that of a retarded fucking pheasant. Then people go, you know what? Holy shit, this guy's boring as fuck. And they click off your video. They click off your video because you're a fucking bald, fat rhinoceros and you're not entertaining. So you see your video with 20,000 views and you go, where's my subs? I got 20,000 views. Well, you suck. So like you have no personality. So then you decide, well, that didn't work. So let me go grab, I watched this guy, Joe Cronin. I've seen him flip out before. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and basically call that guy out, and I'm going to grab some of the people that he's upset at in his community who troll him, and I'm going to put them on my show. Oh, and now I've got 4 people talking on my show because I can't talk worth a shit. So now they can talk at least and say a bunch of bullshit about stuff. And we'll talk about, like that Joe's on drugs and his kids should die and his wife is ugly. And that just doesn't work for you because now you're just playing into the same audience. And then I go in your chat and I see 18 people in there. And guess what? I recognize every single one of them because they're all my listeners. So again, you were unable to fucking get your own listeners because you suck so much at life. So for every bit that you say I suck, for every bit that you say I'm a loser, that I'm on YouTube as a loser, that this isn't a job, that I can't take care of my kids, you finally got a house for your faggot kids, yeah, well guess what, bro? All your listeners still listen to me, and they were my listeners. What the fuck does that say about you? That you can't get your own show and your own listeners. You can't do it because the bottom line is you're a fucking retard. You have no talent, and you're a retard troll. It's the same thing over and over again for years for some of these toothless fucks. It's fucking hilarious. I will take calls again, by the way. I will fucking take calls. But it does and then you get guys like Jacob who call a show like that and pretend that they hate me. Yeah, I haven't listened to him in a month. I haven't listened to him or Ken in a month. Yeah, I mean, you guys are where it's at. Bullshit. You ain't doing nothing. You have some people who are desperate for attention of some kind who you get about 2 hours of enjoyment from because they're desperate for attention. What does it feel like? I wonder what it feels like when your wife says, you know what? You suck. I'm going to fuck someone else. And I'm going to take your kids. You suck. And I'm going to fuck someone else. And I'm going to take your kids. Now, I suppose if that happened to me and I was living in my own place, probably paying for sex once a week, I suppose that I would do some fucking weird shit on YouTube myself. So I'm trying to look at it from your point of view. And you see Joe Cronin, who I used to work 50 hours at a job and then work 20 hours on YouTube. You have no fucking idea what it's like to be fucking successful or to be entertaining or to come up with your own ideas. I was the first person in the fucking wrestling community to have donations go off live. And then other people started doing it all over the place. I was the first fucking person to do that because I came up with an idea. I'm pretty sure I was one of the first people in donations to do all these song parodies and shit. Hadn't seen that from anyone else either. I'm pretty sure I was one of the first live streamers aside from maybe Scamp Polly, Whole Effing Show, and Bruce Blitz, and Fred Richani, and maybe one other guy. I'm pretty sure I've been doing this a long time. I'm pretty sure that I worked 50 hours at a job during the week, came home and saw my kids for a half an hour, and then they went to bed, and then I began working on YouTube all night. I'm pretty sure that I did that for years before I lost my job a year and a half ago. I'm pretty sure that I was real as fuck doing it. I built this shit from the ground up 2012. And for all the cum-sucking fuckbags out there that would say, JD was the one that... When I met JD, I had 15,000 subscribers. When I met JD, I had 15,000 and he had 30,000, okay? Oh, this guy never grows. You don't grow. JD grows. Oh, really? When I met JD, I had 15K. He had 30. Now he's got 100 and whatever, and I've got 64. Sounds like we both grew to me. And I've got more patrons. It was a dick fucking throwing contest. We're both successful. So that's the bottom line. People can't fucking handle it, is that I've been doing this since day one, 2012. I started with 0 subscribers. 500 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 15,000 subscribers, met JD, continued to grow at about the same rate, by the way. A little bit of a boost from JD for sure. You couldn't even fathom 5,000 subscribers. Your fucking head would explode if you had 5,000 subscribers. You can't even get 5,000 subscribers. Fuckface, I had 5,000 in 2013 from hard work, from failures, from stumbling, from learning, from creating, not from going on and fucking with people's families, fucking with people's Twitters, fucking talking about somebody else's shit every single time I did a show. Just, what in the fuck kind of failure fuck are you? What kind of failure piece of shit are you? How about fucking Ashtray fucking head, who just trolls everyone and their mother, dude? I could be silent for a year on you, on anybody, and you would still speak my name, attack my shit, comment in my channel, harass my friends. You would just still do it. I know that because I've done it. It just keeps happening, and yet you will play victim. You are the same person. All of you that I'm speaking of that do this are the same type of person. I could not speak of you, and you would continue to do it. Because that's what you do. And then when I say something, you say, I guess we have to respond all the time. Yeah, guess what? Mr. Alien Fuck is out of the picture. And even with Alien out of the picture, it's still the same shit because you're sociopaths. And maybe psychopaths. I'm not really sure which one. But I do know that you're a failure. I do know that. I do know that you either have no kids, no life, or no wife, or a wife that's gone, or kids that are gone. I know that you are a failure. And not everybody out there is a failure whose wife leaves them. Some people just don't get along and they break up. And some people have wives that are cunts that leave them. But some people are just fucking losers. And I think that's the category we're dealing with here, because there seems to be a theme with these people that do this. I really am tempted, Jacob, to go through that fucking call and find where you said I haven't listened in a month. You fucking dum-dum. You know, you forced my fucking hand, bro. And now we'll see you later. I didn't want to have to do it. I didn't want to have to do it. I was nice to you on the phone, despite all your bullshit. I was nice to you on the phone. I just simply asked you a question. And now you're going to moan and cry and go to people and say, what a dickhead he is. He attacked me. Well, when you support people attacking me and say that I'm a scumbag, and yet you basically go in and promote that shit, and then you say that you haven't watched me, but then you actually call my show and you're in every one of my chats. It's kind of fucking retarded, don't you think? Don't you think it's a little fucking retarded to basically talk shit about me all over the place and support other people that do, but then come in my chat and literally call my show and have a conversation with me like nothing happened? Like you weren't talking shit about me like crazy. Am I supposed to not say anything? Because I'm getting tired of not saying anything. I'm getting tired of I can't say anything. Because I didn't. Guess what? When I didn't say anything, I was wrong for that. When I said something, now I'm a dickhead for saying something. And when I called people and I was calm and I asked to be cool, I was told that my friends, my other co-hosts, were mad at me for doing that. Apparently. So everyone was upset when I tried to call and make a truce. But now other people make a truce, and that's okay, and I'm supposed to not say anything. So then I don't say anything. But then they keep saying things. And this one says things, and this one does that. I will say whatever the fuck I want to say on my show from now on. You will not hold me back. I don't care who I'm working with. I don't care who I have to cut loose and cut ties with. I don't give a fuck. I will not promote pieces of fucking shit. And from now on, now the funny thing is these people, all the people that have ever done this, always think that I'm the one that's holding other people back from being friends with them or talking. Nope, I couldn't give a shit, do whatever, but you always fucking act like an asshole. So here's the deal. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want from now on. And if anybody wants to be a cocksucker with people who are pieces of shit, go for it. I will have nothing to fucking do with you and not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll cut ties with everybody I fucking work with, and I'll do this shit solo if I have to. That's the fucking promise, motherfucker, because now I am gonna pull the fucking strings, motherfuckers. Now I am gonna pull the fucking strings. You wanna play games, go become friends with everybody who is a piece of shit? Dude, what kind of a person knows that somebody who attacked my kids and attacked my family and did all this fucked up shit for years, what type of person decides, you know what? I'm gonna go become friends with that person. So you want me so bad to do stuff about you or to talk about you or whatever with your 8 people that watch your shit that you're gonna reach out to somebody and different people known to have attacked me and attacked my kids to become friends with them so that you can get to me and stuff. What type of sick fuck are you? And then you convince some of my friends to actually shout you out. All the while throwing weird shade and fucked up shit at me from behind. Oh, I'm going to throw a rock at his head. And when everybody looks, I'll look around like, who did that? Well, you can fool some of my friends all you want. Go ahead and fool my friends. But in the end, you can't fool me, motherfucker. You can't fool me because I am real as fuck. And Jacob, he might be a supporter. Jacob might still be a patron for all I know. Jacob might donate to me. But the fact of the matter is, I'm keeping it real. I don't give a shit. If you talk crazy shit about me and support shit being fucking done to me, and then you come in here like you're my friend, fuck you. I'll keep it, I don't care. Keep your fucking $10. I'm gonna keep it real as fuck. That's why I started saying real as fuck. And Minnesota Vikings, you can have the name real as fuck all you want, but the only thing you are is crater-faced as fuck. And Dave Rose, I will take your call in a couple minutes, man. I got to get some of these to play. You woke up the fucking beast, motherfucker. Oh, Jacob, I will find the clip of you saying it.
Error the PG error, Dave Metzler, Betsy Glinch, Stephanie Macron, the altitude error. This dude is on Drusk.
Awonddy, what's up, Awonddy, dude? You nailed it, dude. It's Meltzer, damn it, dude. It's Dave Meltzer, dude. Can't even get the guy's name right. Listen, fucking Jacob, I like you, man. I want to unban you, man. You just can't be saying shit like that in my chat. I want to unban you, Jacob. I do. Please understand. I like you. I get why you did what you did. It's not a problem. I forgive you. Just act normal in the chat and don't be stupid. I'll bring you back. Hit me up. Email me, joecronshow@yahoo.com, Jacob. Send me your YouTube fucking account. I will unban you. but I will keep it real as fuck. No more fake bullshit. No more fake bullshit. No more fucking being a fake piece of shit like that big fat cow Tiffany was, or Skylar Fat, or Dan DeCloet, or all these other fucking idiots. No. We're not doing it. We're not doing the whole, I love Joe Cronin. Oh, I hope his kids get taken away. Oh, I hate Joe, I love you. No, not doing it. Sorry, can't do it. Can't do it. And Jacob, here's the deal, dude. Don't go there, because I will pull the clip. I have the fucking clip. It's a 3-hour fucking thing I gotta sift through to find what you said. But I'm sorry, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to say, I haven't watched him in 2 months, or I haven't watched him in a month. And yeah, it's kind of shitty. He's kind of shitty. Dude, what type of daddy issues do people have? There's some weird fucking people on YouTube. Let me tell you, man. There are some weird fucking people. You know who I respect way more, and his donation's coming up in a minute from Scampoli. You know, I know that he said he wanted to fucking, like, beat the shit out of me and my wife or whatever he said. I respect the fuck out of him much more because he did it basically to my face, right? To my face. Not squeaming around somewhere all weird. To my face. And by the way, I wouldn't even have those clips. Jacob, I wouldn't even have known you said that, Jacob, if those people hadn't have sent me that shit over and over and over and over again while I was live streaming my own show. Because I couldn't give a shit about other people on Twitter and their Periscope lives and whatever they do. It was sent to me by them over and over and over and over. Literally called a clout chaser. I'm doing a stream for my audience, and they're calling me a clout chaser. I'm a clout chaser? You're sending me your stream and fucking spamming your shit in my chat, trying to get people to watch you. That is the definition of clout chasing. But I'm the clout chaser. The guy with 64,000 subscribers who's been doing this for 7 years, 8 years. I'm the clout chaser. You know, JD could call me a clout chaser, and there would be maybe some kind of validity, maybe to that, a little bit. But you saying that? You saying that is like a Special Olympics child telling me that I'm a... Oh, I better not say. Jesus Christ.
I want to slap the fucking black off his face.
Oh, Darel Stultz.
Joe, how much donation money would it take for you to ban that crybaby SJW Miko Dick motherfucker Tommy No Brains NC 2010 for life? On a personal note, I'm probably going to have to a 5th surgery on my left ankle.
Fuck.
It sucks to be in pain all the time.
Darel, man, I'm sorry, dude. You're not the first, man. I've heard so many people are in pain right now with shit. Darel, I believe you, man. My ankle's fucked up, and it's only from running to first base last year in July. Darel, thank you for the $20, man, and thanks for all the support that you've given.
About to get it, man. Here we go. About to
Fuck,
get it,
that
man.
blows, dude. Fuck surgery.
Here we go. Oh,
Here he comes.
You know Sir Cardinal, him, myself, and Josh and Sean of the Sports Fury YouTube all plan on going to the 2020 Royal Rumble in Houston. Small world.
Hey, Riff Reaper. What's up, Riff? Thanks for the $5, Riff. Hey, man, have fun going there. That'll be a good time. I figured you knew him. Cardinal's been watching for 6 years or something with me. He's always been a cool dude. But that's a guy who went out and did it on his own. You can do things on your own. You know, you don't have to fucking just bury people, you know? Or fucking shit on them all the time. Especially when, you know, someone tries to, you know, work with you. Most of the people that do this are people I tried to help.
Been watching since WrestleMania 30. Enjoy all the content these years. Thanks for what you do. You a real dude.
AJNVA, thank you, man. Is that how you spell your name, or are you like abbreviating? Adjunva. AJ Nava? AJNVA AA? Come on, man. You gotta let me know, man. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. I'm not the best citizen in the world for sure. I'm a piece of fucks a lot of times, you know? But, you know, in the end, when it comes down to it, like, you know, you got to forgive people and you got to move on. And that's why, Jacob, I'm saying to you, man, I get what you did. Like, I have no problem. And Jacob, if you want to call up again and talk to me, I'll talk to you, bro, and we'll fix it. It's not a big deal. I was literally trying to fix it with you on the phone. Everybody always calls me out like, oh, he runs away from everything. He doesn't. Here I am. You got a problem with me? You know, I mean, here's the thing. I could have ignored it and just been like, oh, cool, well, see you, Jacob, and everything's cool. But it's not, though. And maybe it is. Not a big deal, though, bro. I'll bring you back. It's not, you know, shit happens. 912, what's up?
Everybody always calls.
912.
How you doing, Joe?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up?
Yeah, just wanted to tell you that I'm going to have to invite you to my wedding because I met a girl at the grocery store today, and I used the line, coming down the aisle. She turned around and smiled, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was just being funny to myself because nobody else was in the grocery store except this beautiful 32-year-old hottie.
Mother.
And so I have you to thank, my man. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait a minute. You're serious? You met some girl today because of this?
Yes, I was, you know, I had, you know, I love your, you know, I love how you're saying, you know, coming down the aisle. I can't do it as good as you, but.
Man, that's awesome.
I was in the grocery store in the third aisle, and nobody was around me except I turned around, and as soon as I turned around, for some reason I yelled out, coming down the aisle. And there was this nice little 32-year-old that happened to come down the aisle from the other end, and I guess I must have made a good impression, so I have you to thank, my man.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Check her. Make sure she's not already pregnant, and you'll be good, man. I appreciate it. I love it. I'm so happy for you. That's going to be amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for the call, man. That was, wow. Look at that. We're hooking people up. Coming down the aisle. That's, does anyone believe that? Anyway. She got finkled, dude. Dude. Oh my god, dude. She got finkled and he's gonna get einhorned or whatever. What the fuck? Oh my god. Alright, let me try to take more calls. I know Dave Rose has been trying like a motherfucker to call. Thank you guys for the live donations. I will play more in a minute. 336.
Yo, what's up, Joe? Sausage, bro.
Oh, fucking Sausage. What's up, man? I heard you on Bailey's shit this morning. What's up?
Hey, man, I mean, I know you've been going off on this fucking rant, man. All these fucking faggots out here, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they on your nuts. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. It's all this fucking drama shit, man.
Well,
it's
you
fucking
know,
ridiculous. Why can't you just fucking do your own shows and stop this fucking bullshit, man?
Well, dude, listen, like, you haven't heard me going off about this for a long time because I've just ignored it. You know, I've been told that I'm the problem, right? So I was like, let me see if I really am the problem, right, with all these people. So in January, I told that one guy we're cool on text message. He said he's cool too, and I was like, all right, man, we'll catch you later, dude, whatever. You know, and I made up with multiple different people. I've told people I don't care. I blocked everybody that I had to block, stopped talking about all kinds of people, and I wanted to say, like, is it really, maybe it's really me, you know, am I really the crazy person? And no, they continue to come at me in chats, they continue to say things about me or my kids or Leah or whatever it is, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? These people are pieces of shit, so fuck that, you know what I mean? I'm not going to really bring it up that much, but I felt that yesterday and today, it was worth mentioning to actually fire back, because you know what? I'm not some bitch who's just gonna fucking sit there anymore with bullshit being said. Like, it's fucking retarded. And that's the goal. I get that that's the goal. You know, they don't have anybody to listen. Dude, you know what, Sausage? You could start your own shit tomorrow if you wanted to, and your shit would be 1,000 times better. And you're fucking, what are you, 15?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, you have a better voice and better opinions and you're more entertaining than any of the people that I'm speaking about. And that's what's fucking hilarious. Like,
And you know what, Joe? You know, one of the, now, see, I don't want to start no beef, but see, I think I know one of the guys that you were talking about with the tweets and the messages. I'm not going to say no names, but to start anything, but I think I know one of the guys.
Is he a pothead?
I think it's, well, think so, yeah.
Well,
they start with a C. I'm not gonna say nothing, but
yep,
you know.
That's the guy, man. I have text
Yeah.
I have text messages from him in January. He literally met me at wrestling shows, asked me how to do YouTube. Like, he goes, "What do you do?" and whatever, if you don't mind me asking. I told him a bunch of shit. Thought he was a wicked nice guy, and I watched his shit.
Same here.
Yeah,
I used to watch his show too, and I don't know what's going on. I've been seeing certain tweets and all this. I'm like, what's going on with this guy now,
so
man?
out of nowhere, he lives up the street from me. I gave him my cell phone number, you know, and out of nowhere, a couple times he started saying some shit about me, and I was like,
"Wow, man,
why are you saying shit about me?" And then he blocked me on Twitter. This was last year, and then he started doing his own show like he did, and he had like 8 people watching him. 5 people, and it was all the people from my show. I recognized this whole chat. Then
included.
so every once in a while, I would say, you know, I think twice on my show at some point, I fired back by saying, like, making a weird comment about pothead tattooed fuck and like a couple things like that, but I really didn't go into anything. I just sort of threw it out there, you know, to let him know, hey, I hear your bullshit, you know, type of thing. So then in January, he messages me on cell phone like, you know, why can't you be a man or something to my face or whatever? And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you think that I'm going to just shit on you, some random dude? I was trying to help you, you fucking idiot. And so I said, well, I'm cool with you if you're cool with me. I don't have a problem, dude. I really don't. I couldn't give a shit less about anything about you. Like, I'm cool with you, and I thought we were cool until you said shit about me. So anyway, we come to this. I have the text messages where he's like, all right, I'm cool. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm cool too, I guess. You know, sounds good. And then like a week ago, I guess, people are telling me he's going off on Twitter about me and this guy's going off about me or whatever else. And then I find out all this shit like, I'm going to tell everyone about Joe Cronin or whatever. Shit, motherfucker, you don't know about me. You don't know anything about me to tell anybody about. I've met you in person. We drank. I was busy working wrestling show. You were cool in person. I was cool to you in person. We said goodbye. That's about it. We've actually never really done anything together, so there's nothing you could tell anybody about me. The only thing you could tell people about me is how you don't like me for whatever reason that you made up. So since January, I've said nothing about you because we both agreed, like men, as you said, in our text messages, that everything was cool. But now everything isn't cool to you, and you're going to tell everyone about me. You know zero about me, just like you know zero about pussy. I mean, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, really, like, it's hilarious. He wrote, I'm going to tell people about him. What are you going to tell people about? Are you going to make...
I think he does have a girlfriend, but I think, if I remember, but I don't know.
He really does, I think. He's like this cool-seeming dude. Like, he seems like... Let me explain this. He seems like 0% chance that this is what he's like. Like, when I think about some of the people that are fucked up in the community and stuff like that, this is a guy that I would never guess that this guy would do this.
Yeah, because when I was watching him, you know, his whole podcast, but when I was watching him, I'm like, this guy's pretty cool. He's chill. You know, he don't want to start no drama, no beef with anybody. I'm like, you know, he's a chill guy, just doing his streams and shit. I used to watch him, his wrestling stuff, but, you know, I don't know. Recently he's been on some weird shit, man.
It's weird, man. I don't know. And the thing is, you know, I see some people make comments, Joe, why talk about this and everything then? Well, I've kept silent about it. You know, I haven't said anything about any of this stuff for months. None of you knew about any of this. None of you knew about that. None of you knew about the other crazy guy sending my kids photos and all these other things. Like, all the things that happen, I don't talk about it because not worth it. But every once in a while, you got to fucking bring it up and I guess talk about it. When, you know, when someone else is hammering you every day or every week for months and months, you know, you just got to call out the hypocrisy. And there's so much of it, it's insane. You know, the one thing, that's the thing I don't like. Like, when you know, give $10 to... Oh, no, I get it, Todd. I get what you're saying. When you give $10 to me a month on Patreon, and you message me every day, and you say, Joe, that show was hilarious last night. That was fucking awesome. And then I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. That was fun. What are you up to? Oh, I'm just hanging out. Cool. And then, like, 5 hours later, you go on, like, Twitter... and you write to somebody that, yeah, Joe Cronin's always been kind of a scumbag. I'm starting to see it now. What? I just talked to you, and you
crazy,
were literally like, you were literally just being cool with me, and I haven't done anything to you. And then I come
it's like these motherfuckers just flip flop on you out of nowhere, like,
dude. It's, you know what it is? I know what it is. It's attention. And a lot of us are like this. We all want attention. I do. I'm on YouTube doing this, right? Like, you know, we all have a connection that, like, we're looking for more. We're looking to connect with people, and we're looking to, you know, to get attention, to connect with people, to be more social. Like, I think we're all doing that. But what I think it is when I become very busy, like I've been really busy recently, like, you know how hard it is to get a hold of me sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm trying to ignore anybody, but some of these people are just looking to get out there to get, like, attention for shit. And what happens is when I get too busy, they're like, oh, okay, I'm not really getting it from Joe. And then someone else maybe makes a Periscope live or something, and there's 15 people watching, and they can get into that and talk. And somebody says, well, Joe kind of sucks, you know? Well, then they kind of go, yeah, you're kind of right. And then they feel like they belong to something. So then they say all this stuff that they don't really mean, maybe, because it's cool or whatever. But then somebody sends it to me, and I'm not sitting there trying to listen to everything because I don't do that. But, you know, eventually I do. I hear stuff because people will send me things and tell me, and I'll be like, okay, like, why is that guy saying that? So then I go and I ask the person, why did you say this about me? And then what happens is they go, I don't know, dude. Oh, what, I can't have my own opinion? And it's like, okay, you can.
They always pull that fucking card on you.
Yeah, they pull that card, like, oh, you can't have an opinion, or, oh, Joe's... I'm like, okay, sorry, I'm just asking, I don't understand. Like, I thought we were friends. I'm a human being. Like, and then basically... Now, if they said, listen, I was fucking around. I do like you. I still love you. There's some things that aggravated me, and I just felt like I wanted to throw it out there at that point. I'd be like, okay, I understand that. I get it. Like, no problem. But understand, like, it hurt me because I thought we were friends. So that's all. But if you feel that way, come tell me next time, too, because I'll talk to you. But that's not what happens. And then basically they say, oh, you know, Joe attacked me. I was a supporter, Joe, and you attacked me. Well, I didn't attack you. I just asked you why you were talking shit about me when I thought we were, like, you were cool. So, I don't know. It's weird, man. And anyway, fuck this shit. I'm done with my rant about it all. But I'll tell you what.
I feel you, man.
It made for good content with fucking Bailey's shit this morning. I'll tell you that, dude. Dude, when he said out of nowhere, he goes, "I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with Joe's rant, but I've been giving out the wrong number the whole show." Like,
yeah, bro, I fucking lost it. Like, what the hell, Bailey?
Dude, I was cooking eggs for my kids. I was like fucking rolling, like dying. I was like, I gotta clip that part where he's like, because he's like, Joe's crazy, this is great. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, hold on a minute. I just realized and it's a joke that you would only get if you've been listening to him for 3 days. Because he's been every day like, I guess there's no calls, man. I guess there's no phone calls.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Morning. Please call the number. Oh, like, hey, everybody, 812... you know, I guess nobody wants to call the show, and then like fucking 3 days later, he's like, oh, you know what? I've been giving out the wrong number. This, it's fucking dying. He's messaging me going, he's like, hey, do you think there's anything I can do to get more calls? Like in the morning, it's really tough. I get no calls or anything like that. And this fucking guy is he's like, well, I guess whatever. You know, nobody wants to call.
Been giving out the wrong phone number, you dumb.
Then he gives out another number that's wrong. Dude, oh my god, man, that shit was fucking hilarious. But Sausage, man, anything else you wanted to say?
I did want to say I checked out that Sonic trailer. It looks fucking trash. I'm sorry. I will give it a chance, but it looks fucking garbage.
Okay.
And
dude, let me tell you this, Sausage. I am praying that the movie is like one of those movies that's so fucking retarded that it's awesome. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like I'm hoping it's the type of movie that you want to get high and watch. Like, and it's really funny and like I'm seriously hoping it's good. Because it doesn't.
And they got Jim Carrey being Eggman and shit. I'm like, yeah, he look kind of decent doing this thing, but I don't know.
Dude, Jim Carrey looks like he's playing like the evil Ace Ventura. That's what he looks like he's playing. But you know, the Pikachu movie looks more solid. But that I love Sonic, and it's so nostalgic for me, man. Because I don't know, man. I'll just never forget that game when I was like fucking 8 years old and it came out or whatever. But
and they have Sonic Mania too. They just put that out like a year ago or something. That's a really cool Sonic game as well. It's kind of like a throwback, but in modern type form or something like that.
I feel like a lot of people like the throwback stuff now. I've said this for years about Halo. Oh, and by the way, Scampoli, let me read what the fuck you wrote because it's not playing. It doesn't play donations under $3. Scampoli said, "Are you still listening, Scampoli? If you are, I don't know. Figure out a way to signal me or something." I'm the opposite of those phonies. I'm fake mean. I'm really nice. Read my old Twitter DMs, Joe. Love you, miss you, Booker, and nappy hair. That's not Triple H's fault. Oh, my God. Yeah, you know, I know that about Scampoli. That's why I said that, man, because you're fucking, I get what you're doing. But yeah, man, we could have done a show a long time ago. I refuse to fight you until you do a podcast with me, you fucking bald shit. But no, it's like Halo. Like in Halo Infinite's gonna be like a throwback, and it's like I feel like that's what made Halo great was, you know, Halo 1, 2, and 3, and even Reach was okay too. But after that, it just became like that. It didn't look like Halo anymore, and that's what I want to play is real Halo. Just like I'd like to play real Sonic, maybe a few little nuances in it, but not like 3D flip around world all over the place. No, I want to play that classic Sonic, man. Yeah,
that 2D style type, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Hey, listen, Sausage, you're a good dude, and fuck, man, you're more talented than these bastards out there. It's pretty hilarious, man. But that's good news for you, man. That means you're a smart guy, so you know you're fucking smart.
Thank you, man. Listen, fuck all these haters out here, Joe. You know, I know they're trying to bring you down, all this other bullshit, but fuck them, man. I'm gonna get out of here, let you take some more calls, man, and I'm gonna just keep on enjoying the shows, bro.
All right, man. Thank you, bro. Sausage. He's a beast. Oh, where's Bailey? When Bailey brought Sausage onto his show this morning, Bailey sounded like a gay cheerleader. I have to find that clip because Bailey was so lame. It was so funny. Oh, God, it was funny. Anyway, finally, Devious Dave Rose is on the call. Hello, Devious.
Yeah, since this is a Q&A, I was just wondering what your thoughts are on the futures market in regards to the increase in GDP. How you doing, Joe?
90% of the people don't know what you just said.
Yeah, but you know what?
I barely
Unlike Troy, I'm not going to castigate anybody for not knowing what I have to say. And if someone asks a question, I'll answer it without any problems. So
did you finally
you're
hear?
Fucking wrong.
Did you hear the clips of that?
I did.
Isn't that fucking amazingly fucking weird? Like
well, first of all, I kind of think that it's very disingenuous, and I don't need to use insults to anybody, but I think it's disingenuous that you four claim that I'm the right-wing version of Troy when I don't insult or ridicule people for not knowing words. I don't immediately just shut them down when they begin to speak about a topic. Like, he did that to me, he did that to you. It's like, you begin to say, he's like, no. It's like, what do you mean, no? Yeah, like, don't interrupt me while I'm trying to explain what you're asking about. And I don't, hold it over other people that, oh, I know this word and you don't. It's just like, oh, you didn't know the word? Okay, well, this is what it means. Like, do you agree with me? It's like, I wouldn't do what Troy did to you.
Well, yeah,
on that show. It's insulting,
never,
it's ridiculous, and it's unacceptable.
I have never experienced that with you. I've had fights with you about, like, a couple fights with you about, like, maybe basically disagreements. In fact, if anything, I might have been playing the role of Troy. I was mad at your opinion, and so we had fights. Like, seriously, that's what it was.
But you've also actually done the good thing, which is, like, keep me on my feet and play devil's advocate. Didn't matter whether or not you agreed or disagreed with me. You were like, okay, Dave takes this stance. It doesn't matter if I agree or disagree. I'm going to take the opposite stance so I can hold Dave accountable and he can explain what he has to say, and maybe we can get something out of this. And I respect that because, you know, that's how we get to a discussion. We don't just shut people down.
Yeah, let me play this Jacob clip. Hang on a second. I'm going to go ahead and mute the Skype real quick. I would love to play this clip, and maybe I can get you guys to hear the sounds real quick.
Let's beast with Recon,
Yo,
bruh.
Tommy, fuck you.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
Can you hear these sounds?
Let's beast with Recon.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
You hear that? Fuck. Well, let me keep trying to play it here for you.
Let's beast with Recon, bruh.
Super chat.
Her gun was digging in my hip.
Her gun was digging in my hip. That's fucking hot. That is hot as fuck. Let me go ahead and find that clip. You know, Jacob said pull the clip, and you know what, Jacob, you ask and you shall receive, my brother. Jacob, you shall receive, motherfucker, because our boy found the clip for me, and I would just like to play it. Let me see if I have it. He sent it to me. Bitch, I'm on the corner. Let's just hear what Jacob, who called earlier. Jacob called earlier and he said, man, what up, Joe, and blah, blah, blah. And Jacob, you're in all my chats saying hi to me and how awesome everything is, and you're happy about shit. And Feg T, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up? Appreciate that. And let's just hear what Jacob had to say. Do.
Just a part, dude. We were beating out for like 2 days, man.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Honest, dude, I haven't been watching Joe or Ken for like the last month.
Oh, what was that? I haven't been watching Joe or Ken in the last month. You hear this, Dave?
I'm totally hearing this, and I heard the actual clip that you're playing, and I heard what he said today. Total opposites.
Play your fucking clips. Play your fucking clips. Play your fucking clips. And that's not all that you said. That's just the little fact drop that was easy to disprove. Because you can now, by the way, there's a little something called chat replay, and you can go through Monday Night Raw review. Now, I believe you said, Jacob, that you didn't watch the wrestling reviews, though. That's what you meant, just didn't watch wrestling reviews. Well, Ken doesn't do wrestling reviews, number one. Number two, there's a little thing called chat replay. And you can go into the chat replay, and you can watch all your comments that you've been leaving all over the chats all the time. Oops! So next time, just say, fuck you, sir, may I have another? That's what you say next time. Fuck you, sir, may I have another?
And be sure to lube up.
I'll just come visit you and bring my hammer.
What was that, Tommy?
Or I'll just come visit you and bring my hammer.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. You gonna kill somebody, Tommy?
Okay, Endgame Thor.
Oh, man. What up, Tommy? You've been getting death threats and everything?
No, I have been getting death threats. I went to go see the movie today, you know.
Cool.
No death threats today.
Dude, that was wicked funny. No death threats today.
If anybody did send me a death threat, I didn't read it. You know, I didn't read anything.
Right. Have you heard?
All I want to say is they all live and they get Chinese food, and Thanos becomes a male stripper.
Yeah. Well, you did. I don't know if you saw. People were actually putting up a naked Thanos on Twitter with your head. So like you were like Thanos, like, and people. And now I don't condone this. This is horrible that people did this. But I just want to tell you, people were putting up the photo of, and they were calling it. They were calling, like, they were putting your face on Thanos, and it looked like Thanos' purple head and everything, and they were calling it faggot Thanos.
Really? Oh, I think I saw that, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
But my face was whoever did it was a moron and didn't know how to put a face on. Put their they honestly, my eyeball was like on his forehead. Like I was like, obviously somebody doesn't know how to paste a face. Like I've seen better, like Kid Beyond a Camera has done stuff like that where he put his face on Thanos.
Have you ever done any graphic work, Tommy? You ever
Never done graphic work. But I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it.
Well, yeah, and I've worked with Photoshop since version 3. And I can tell you that unless you've got a good subject that you're dealing with good formatting, it's a challenge to make a good meme. So for you to shit on this person that actually did a bang-up job in putting your face onto Thanos, I think is...
Did you do it, Rose?
No, I didn't do it. But what I'm saying is that I have experience with this, and I can tell you that unless you're giving these guys professional photos, high-definition professional photos, to make you into a meme, then whatever outcome that they're using is probably going to be based on your YouTube videos, which is already pixelated. You can't expect perfection when you're dealing with, the images that you send out yourself. So, I personally, I would be, and it's happened to me, like, it's a privilege to be a meme. If somebody mates you into a graphic and you're immortalized, like, who cares what, how they're making fun of you? You're in a meme.
Yeah, I mean, like, Tommy, like, see, my problem is I don't mind being made fun of either. Like, that's the thing is, like, people can make fun of me, shit on me if they want. The thing I just don't like is when it's, like, a disingenuous thing, like, when someone's, like, trying to be friends with me, but then they shit on me, or someone is friends with me and they say this weird shit about me, it's like that you wouldn't say. Like, but if that's the case and like, people just want to make fun of you and stuff and, like, review you and stuff like that, I'm game with that.
I've made memes of Joe, and he's never had a problem with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's only, you can't be hypocritical. If people want to shit on me for whatever, like, they deserve to be able to do whatever they like. It's a free world. But
like when you interview a commentary channel and you ask the guy not to swear on your channel, and he freaks out on you and starts making like 2 videos about you, and you're like, because you're making these videos because I asked you not to swear on my channel?
Well, I'll make it even better for you. No, Tommy, but it does, Dave. Listen to this. It's more like this, Tommy. You left something important out of this cocksucker. It's like when a commentary channel who has 50 subscribers reaches out to you and begs you to be on your show, then comes on your show, and after he's on your show, shits on you for 2 videos. All right, makes an exposed video on you. Now, honestly, Tommy, I wouldn't think too much about that. I wouldn't worry too much about that because that dude has 50 subscribers. Dude, 50 fucking subscribers. Dude, I could make videos. I could make a new video channel tomorrow called Puppet Fucking, and I would have more fucking views on that channel than this guy. I could make Puppet Sodomy YouTube, and I bet you I could get more subscribers before that channel got shut down for terms of use, before that guy ever could reach 100. That guy's 50 subscribers. So, like, I wouldn't worry about him, but that is basically, that's very close, it's close.
It sounds like one of these clout chasers that we were discussing. And, Joe, I really think that you should put that screenshot that I gave you. And, again, I talked about this in the chat. Verifiable facts that those that seek clout on the internet are essentially manifesting homosexual tendencies and impulses. It's actual fact. I mean, make of it what you will, but I've got the stats to back me up. And Tommy, please take your phone off your desk or whatever it is because it's vibrating.
It was on my couch.
I don't know how it is that your mic picks it up, but it picks it up. And not only are people in the chat noticing it, it's like literally cutting up when you're speaking or I'm speaking or Joe's speaking. And it's at this point, I wish your phone was a person so I could kill it.
Did you hear his phone too? Right when you said that, it went, what the fuck, dude? What is that?
Oh, I got one of those commemorative cups at the
No,
movie
the
theater.
noise. I don't give a shit about your stupid cup.
Oh, you got the cup for the Avengers with the Thanos.
Oh, that is the noise. I get it. Wait, is it after the Game of Thrones one you sent me or before it? Oh, before it. Yeah, here it is.
How big was the popcorn that you bought? You always get the large or the extra large?
I got the large because it gets free refills, but I didn't get the extra popcorn. I just got one thing of popcorn and this drink.
Piece of shit. I got the large so I could get the extra refills. Fucking.
Well,
honestly, I was so hooked by the movie that I just didn't leave. I didn't want to miss a single bit of it. And I thought there was gonna be like the movie was gonna like stop or some point because I heard there was like intermissions. Like,
what?
Somebody had told me that there was intermission since it was such a long movie, and
What
I was waiting for an intermission.
Wait a minute. What retard told you that?
Lied.
What
I thought I heard
retard?
on your show at one point.
No one ever said that.
So I heard that there was intermissions in the movie.
No.
This isn't Ben-Hur. This
No.
isn't fucking the 10 Commandments from the 50s.
Who told you that?
You're not going to get a fucking intermission.
I don't know. I heard it somewhere.
I heard it somewhere. Well, that's retarded. Why the fuck would there be an intermission in a movie?
Well, I
don't know.
Oh my god.
Man, you are gross.
Your fucking phone.
You are gross, Tommy. I'm fairly irritated by you right now. CNN, your child might act like a homosexual manner online for internet
I could jump
points.
on my PC right now if you want me to, Joe.
Go ahead, go jump on it and see if it breaks.
All right.
Thank God.
Man, I gotta tell you, I wanted to
There
hear
it
what.
is.
Yeah, like so, but I can't believe CNN's covering this.
Well, I mean, that's the funny thing though. When CNN finally covers a topic that we already knew already,
Yeah.
you know that it's true because like they can't deny it.
Your
So,
child.
hey, Cloud Chasers. Maybe you want to go visit Mike Pence there and go to his summer camp. You might have some fun.
Ooh, and then you could have Joe Biden come behind you. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of the issues. I think
that'll fucking make you straight very
Right.
quickly.
Well, and all the people they're like, they'll say like I hooked up with a girl or I hook up with girls or I look for women or I look for this and that. It's like how can you possibly be doing that when all you're doing is tracking everything I'm doing? You're like sniffing around, you know everything I say, you know everything I do.
That for what, but also, who honestly, who is the type of individual to criticize you with the way that you raise your family, that you run your life and so forth? How many divorces have you had, Joe?
0.
And that's my point.
Well, and there is a commonality here, right? And I'm not, there's a commonality with like say Ken, right? Married, love, kids. JB, married, love, kids. Me, married, love, kids. Some people would say we're not in love because of the fight the other night, but we are. It's just we fight like that, which was hilarious, by the way. But that is, and we all have, we've all had channels that even before I met everybody, people at least had a few hundred subs on their own, like they did. There are 1,000, on their own. So like people had talent already. Like people had that. And I don't know if there's a correlation, but then the other people their like lives are in shambles or whatever the fuck, and some people, and it's not by choice, most of them, like when, like you're single probably right now, but that's by choice because of what you're doing with your life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I don't have any kids. So it's like what you're saying, like, I understand where you're coming from, but like it doesn't necessarily prove true in the sense that I don't think it's necessarily people that don't have kids that are heaping on you and piling on you to like.
No, it's not that. It's people that aren't completed yet. Like you're
no, absolutely. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a thing about life. It's like, do you have your life together? If you do,
yeah,
you're not going to bother about hating on somebody online.
Right. And that's what
scares. Never met.
That's what scares
you
me.
You have things to do, like pay bills, raise kids, fucking water your lawn, whatever the case may be.
It's that's what concerns me about like the Dan guy, right? The Danimal guy. Like, he actually has a wife and kids, but what he does is so crazy. So that must be like an insanely destructive relationship. Go check Raw's viewership, somebody says. Oh boy, this is going to be good. I haven't made a... I wanted to make a video on this today, but it looks like I'm not going to because I'm doing this live show. Here it is. Oh my God. This week's Monday Night Raw drew lowest viewership in history.
Wow.
For a non-holiday episode.
Now, right now, it's airing on Superstation. No, not Superstation. What am I?
USA?
97?
USA.
Fucking shit.
There you go.
Sorry, I gotta like advance in time.
Yeah, what is this, WCW 97?
Yeah, 20 years. So the Superstation isn't. Why do I keep going back to the past? God damn it! USA Network. USA Network.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not airing on Fox right now.
Right.
When it starts airing on Fox, will it be removed from USA?
Well, Raw won't be because they got a contract. USA paid.
So there's going to be two different networks now. Okay, so once they start airing on Raw, honestly, Joe, do you think that we're going to start to see increased viewership based on the fact that they're going to be trying to adhere to what Fox wants to make it a good show and bring in that viewership?
I doubt it because they have to adhere to what the shareholders and the rules that they already have set up are. Unless there's something I'm missing about something, I don't think it's going to be much different. But
isn't Fox going to try to compete against USA? Aren't they going to try to make I keep wanting to say Thunder. Like, I literally am living in the past right now.
You're having like a stroke of
seriously a major fucking stroke,
or like a future attacker, like from the like somebody's fucking with your like life right now.
It's like Gamora and fucking of Endgame. Like, there must be another version of me in this timeline right now that's like fucking with my mind.
Yeah, you're the robot girl.
SmackDown. I'm focusing. SmackDown. Like, aren't they going to want to make it a better product? Aren't they going to want to get the viewership on them? Like, make people want to view it on Friday, despite the fact that Monday is that good date. Like, aren't they going to try to take away viewership? Like, I honestly think, especially with what I've read with some of what the stockholders think about Bray Wyatt and so forth, it's like, now that they're on Fox, they're going to want to make this thing like the premier flagship, and they're going to actually want to try to take viewership away from USA Network. So what do you think they've got planned? Like, do you really think they're just going to let it flounder, or do you think that McMahon is really going to try to take advantage of this to try to make it a product where you're going to get more investment? Because that's his whole thing. He's about getting investors. He's not about the product, clearly, but he is about getting investors.
Yeah, it's Nebula, by the way. Yeah, and I think that, I'm not really... Yeah, I'm concerned, too, because with that stuff going on. One thing you can be concerned about, not concerned about... Jesus Christ, Tommy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Because you're, like, breathing heavy and, like...
My microphone must be picking it up. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to...
You heard that, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, he was...
No.
I tried to ignore that and power through.
I just couldn't do it. I want to slap the shit out of you. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Like, they said, fuck you, we're doing the Firefly shit anyway. So at least that's a good sign, even if shareholders had were upset or questions about it or whatever. But no, I'm not convinced of anything, man. At this point, until I see it, I'm not going to believe it or even speculate that it'll happen. I really don't believe it because dude, they actually came out on TV and said, "We hear you and we're gonna change and like do all this stuff." They basically think they did that, like by putting the belt on Kofi and Becky at WrestleMania. They think that that's what people wanted, and maybe some people did think that that's what they wanted. But what they don't understand is what we want is a week-to-week show that doesn't suck. Like, the pay-per-views need to get a little better, and the week-to-week show certainly needs to be better. And they just thought we did what they wanted with the belts. Like, They have no idea I don't think they care, but they came out.
Well, I agree with you, and I'll tell you why. This is my assessment of what's been going on, and it seems to perfectly fit within all the facts. The income that the WWE currently
Joe, I gotta
is
go,
getting.
man. Okay.
You gotta go?
Yeah, I gotta go, man. I'll catch you later.
Are we gonna go shit?
I'm getting a phone call, so I have to go. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay.
My God. So we had to sit through all that fucking breathing and fucking moaning and
for nothing.
And
Yeah.
squeaking and everything. And eventually I was going to get back to Tommy with what he wanted to say. And we sat through 8 to 10 minutes of him combing his hair with a hammer earlier that I didn't comment on. Fucking hammer, dude. Like he had
I
a
wasn't
hammer.
going to say anything about that.
And he was
either.
doing this, Dave, and then he was looking at the camera like, do you see it? Ha ha ha, pay attention. Look, I'm using a hammer to comb my hair, so say something about it. I'm sorry, man.
I really wish he had his belt so we could strip it from him.
I know. If he doesn't get the belt tomorrow, then he's going to end up getting another week. I don't know where the fucking belt
There
is.
should be an episode of Monetize This, basically just having a bunch of judges just confronting him about his egregious nature and then going through a whole, ritual of stripping him of that title in front of everyone.
Right.
It would be the only way to get that message across. You don't conduct yourself this way, Tommy.
Oh, my God. He's a fucking,
Spoiler NC 2010.
Oh, God. I can't believe he tweeted that. I still can't believe he tweeted that shit out and then was like, what? I don't get it.
Not only does he not read, but he can't even see pictures of the spoiler in the fucking image. Do you not see what you're tweeting to people?
I don't
No,
think
but
he
you
even
said
got
it
it.
perfectly. He doesn't care. He's gonna see the movie when it comes out on DVD or something. It doesn't matter.
Hey, Jacob, what was that?
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Honest, dude, I haven't been watching Joe or Ken for the last month. I don't know why. It's weird.
I haven't been watching Joe for the last month. I don't know why.
What's weird is about lying about that.
What's weird is why you would call somebody with 7 viewers and lie about that. That's what's weird. That's the weird thing.
And and I think since you brought it back up, I'll address it because he was asking about that in the chat. There are no strings on me. I do what the fuck I want. Joe already knows that. Okay? Doesn't matter whether he agrees or disagrees with what I do. I do what I do.
Well,
and Joe and I are still friends despite it.
Well, and also it's not that. It's that he can do or you can do, anybody can do whatever they want. That's the point. He's trying to hide behind the whole what I can't do what I want. Dude, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
But you're lying.
It's totally hypocritical.
Yeah, you are you're a liar. That's the point. You're playing like two different people. That's the question. If you were, how many other people? I didn't say anything to anybody else. A couple of the other people, have I said anything to them? No. Do whatever you want. But when you act like everything's fine here, and then you do something else somewhere else, and I call it out, how am I an asshole? It's kind of weird. Dave doesn't do that. He will tell you if he goes somewhere else on another show or goes on Twitter or whatever it is, and he's asked about something, Dave will either tell you he agrees with me or doesn't agree with me or here's what he thinks of why. He's even said stuff recently where I heard it and I was like, oh no, Dave's got that wrong. This is what I really think. But Dave just thought that, so he told you, and that's what the opinion was. It's equal. If you're fair, what am I going to do? If you hate or love something I do, if you give your fair opinion, that's your fair opinion. I might not like it, but there's no reason to call that out for the most part. But when you say that you don't watch anymore after sort of going along with people that are burying somebody, and then you say you don't watch anymore, but then you come on here and you also say, well, it's just the wrestling shows I don't watch. Well, what about Ken? And also, what about all my wrestling shows that you comment on? So I'm confused. So, that just, I wonder, and I'm not trying to make you feel miserable or whatever. Obviously, something's wrong with you in your life right now. Because I like you, man. I do. But that's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm just saying, in the future, you know, you should not lie to people and be like that to people, because they're going to find out about it, and people are going to be like, wow, that guy's a fake. You know, they're going to find out. So, I don't know. I don't know what
Well,
to
the
tell
proof's
you.
already there. You've proved it. I've proved it. I mean, the proof is already there. I don't understand why these people continue to double down and basically bury themselves, despite the fact that the facts are out there. They can be proven. Screenshots, audio files, videos. You know, but you know, once you get proven to be wrong, you might as well just like fess up. Like, to double down is really just burying yourself.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, because I was cool with saying, like, hey, you know, I messed up, you know, I fucked up. If you said, like, hey, I fucked up, man, or, like, listen, I was having fun, like, with that. I didn't really mean it, obviously, because here I am watching you. I'd be like, oh, whatever, all right, I get it. You know, I mean, it just sucks for me, but that's cool. I get what you're saying. Like, that would have been it.
Like that individual who said he was cool with you, that you showed me the screenshots, and then recently came out and sort of
God,
shit
like,
on you.
That's the weirdest one, man, because I'm telling you, Dave, that this guy in real life, and as I watched him, seems like this chill dude who's normal.
You would think so, but you look at his Twitter feed, and it's like clockwork. And this doesn't apply just to him; it applies to some of the people who have been Patreons of yours, where, you know, you'll see in their Twitter feed, like, you know, a break of literally a year, and when they come back, they're shitting on you out of the blue with no fucking sort of initiative or prerogative. They just immediately start to shit on you. Clout chasers, people who, again, disconnect from this community, and then for some reason, and that's questionable, because who's enticing them to come back and say, oh, you know, after a year and a half of not being on Twitter, I'm here now speaking shit on Joe.
Yeah.
What's initiating that? Question, who benefits? Who's starting this shit?
Yeah, I guess, and it's weird, and I don't get it, and I'm no fucking saint. You know what I mean? There's plenty of shit that I've done wrong. I don't mind admitting to that. That's not a problem whatsoever. Never has been. I've called in and talked to people. I've done shows on it. I've done whatever. I'm always available for you to challenge me if you'd like to challenge me on whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it never goes anywhere and they never win, because there is no real argument. There is no real problem. It's made up drama and made up accusations or slander. Even Ryback, even going back to a fucking professional wrestler like Ryback. This is a guy who screamed at me, that said in my face, to my face, you need to use your platform for positive stuff. Don't shit on me. Go back and use it for positive. People that do that are pieces of shit. But he never understood that it was a joke. But then the next day on his podcast, the fucking next day, he talks about how he fantasizes me being murdered. And how I walked around with a fucking beer and a straw hat. So, Ryback, you're incorrect. And on top of it, you contradicted the whole fucking thing that you got angry about. That tells me that Ryback is a fucking idiot.
Well, it doesn't matter whether it be Ryback or these other individuals, but it doesn't matter what you present forth in regards to proof, they're going to ignore it.
Oh yeah, because it's not about the right or wrong. It's literally just about attention. That's all it's
Joe,
about.
do you think you could take Ryback in a fight?
No. Although, I mean, if I could, any given moment, somebody could win a fight. Really, I could.
My 762 says different.
I could kick him in the head out of nowhere, maybe, and get a shot in. So I don't know. Maybe I think there's a percentage chance that I could knock him out with a kick. But most likely, I don't know. If he gets a hold of me, I'm fucked.
Could you compare him to Thanos, you think?
Yeah, he's like Thanos, because he's big, dude. I stood next to him. He's a thick dude. If he got a hold of me, he could snap me. Like, legit.
And that's why you aim for the head.
And that's exactly it. I would kick him in the head. I would aim for the balls and then the head. I would aim for his head, though, to be honest. I'd square up like, all right, I'm going to try to fight you. And then I would throw my kick, because I can kick over my head pretty hard. So if I snapped up and kicked him in the head, I don't think you'd see it coming. So if I could hit him with that, maybe, but most likely he would snap me in pieces. What's up, Tommy?
I'll give you a funny scenario. Joe is Loki and Ryback is Thanos, and it's the choking scene in Infinity War.
Yeah. If he was able to get a hold of me, like I'd probably be in trouble. Because number one, he can grapple a bit and he's big. So I would really need to boot him in the throat or head. And hey, it even goes back to even Cornette's shit on me. You know what I mean? Cornette saying he never knew who I was or something. We all know that he knows who I was.
Good to the last drop, Joe.
I'll suck you to the last drop. I'll suck you. I'll blow you already.
You got a great impression of him, by the way.
That fucking clip of him doing that is hilarious when he says that. He's so hard up. Even Santino Morella isn't hard up enough for cash. He's playing, please, I'm begging you, dollar signs. He's got a droopy cap. Fucking something. And then, Star Maker Bolin, who I have made up with, by the way. So Kenny Bolin, I'm not taking shots at you. But, Kenny Bolin goes on and says that I took all the donations from my show so I could buy front row tickets. And he says it seriously. Here's a guy, he says, that takes the money from his audience. And
he basically committed slander and opened himself up to a lawsuit. But Joe, in his infinite greatness, chose not to pursue that because he could have easily won that court case and probably would have settled with Bolin being thrown out of his house and home.
Well, because when
Joe would have moved into it and had a new house.
Well, when you tell my donators that I took their money to buy a front row ticket, that's wrong. So that gets people now people don't want to donate, maybe. You know what I mean? And number two, he tells this on Jim Cornette's fucking podcast to the entire wrestling community. And he says it for serious, which is slander. But I don't care, I guess, enough. But
there's actually a few more laws that could be applied here. It could be eliminate. Well, it depends on the American definition, but basically eliminating your ability to make an income. If I really was a good, lawyer, you'd have 12 charges against this guy, and he would want to settle out of court with you because if not, it would be dragged on for years in court, and he ended up having to pay an arm and a leg for it.
And the thing is too, and I proved it on stream because I still have the tickets. So all of the matches that Kenny Bolin said. Now this is a guy who believes that instead of keeping the money that you guys donate to me, instead of keeping it for my family, my 3 kids and wife, and all the stuff we need it for. Since I don't have another job now, this is all I do. He thinks that I kept the money and paid $500 to sit in the front row of a WWE show. I mean, does he even watch my show where I bury it every week? So that was insane to me. And then the other thing was I showed everybody on live stream the fucking tickets. The tickets say $0 comp because WWE gave me the tickets. So then I sent that to him. I said, dude, I can prove to you that I didn't pay for these tickets because not only do I have the conversations, and I didn't bring this up publicly because I obviously don't, obviously WWE doesn't want me to do this, but if I had to go to court with somebody, I'd be like, I have all the proof. I have Triple H's contact. I have fucking other people's contacts from WWE that talked to me, that gave me the tickets, that told me about other things, and all the conversations to prove to you that I did not pay for the tickets. Of course, I didn't pay for the tickets. But anyway, again, that's water under the bridge. I'm cool with Kenny. Everything's fine. I'm just bringing up another.
Lucky for Kenny.
Lucky for Kenny. I just bring up that, this is the type of shit that you see happen all over the place over and over and over again. And who the fuck would ever think that Jim Cornette would make up shit and that Kenny Bolin would make up shit? And some people.
Hey, but there's nothing better than a fucking shoot by
Cornette.
Jim Cornette on you.
God.
I mean, that literally is priceless.
I love Cornette.
It's Kenny Bolin right here, Joe.
Oh, Kenny Bolin, we actually have him on the phone now. I've triggered him. He's called the show.
I mean, I don't understand why you're saying this shit.
Well, I mean, Kenny, it's I'm just telling the truth. You said this about me, Kenny, you fat fuck.
Clearly lying.
Well, Mr. Bolin, sir, I do have to respectfully ask, how does it feel to employ a bunch of Chinese slaves to make your shit headphones that you sell off as better than being Dre Beats?
How else am I going to get them fucking things made? How else? Did you expect me to do it here?
Why? Well, that's actually, you know what? You're totally right, because you've already shown that you hate America and you hate Trump, so you'd never have any factories
stand this country.
America.
Can't stand the country at all. Round by a bunch of pieces of shit. And let me tell you something, Joe Cronin. Let me tell you something right now, Joe Cronin. You keep going around telling people this fake story, I'm going to have to wrestle you.
But Kenny, you can literally, I mean, you're wrestling with weight problems, but you can literally go listen to Jim Cornette's episode where you said this.
Listen, I will open up my flaps and tuck you inside one of them. And I'll let you rot away in there.
Well, let me say this, Kenny. You know, why did you have, I know you had a falling out with Jim Cornette. What the fuck was that about? Now you're in a fight with Cornette.
Well, listen, Jim, we've been down that road a million times, me and Jim, and I was just getting sick and tired of hearing and it was a fucking wall. So I had to pull the trick on him once again.
Now, also, Kenny, I mean, your kid, who I thought had a good, talented voice, when I'm not a Republican and I did not vote for Trump, but when I showed support for something about him, you know, he said that anybody that supports Trump should be killed.
Anyone.
Anyone. Now,
Donald Trump, you should be shot in the face.
I mean, you guys are really weird. I mean, you don't think, like, I mean, you're supposed to be a good, you know, person. I mean, you want to kill people?
You got some retard on the screen right here pecking at his lip. The fuck is going on?
Oh, that's just Tommy. I mean, I wouldn't worry about him. He's a Republican, though, so you should kill him.
Well, although he kind of looks like you, Mr. Bolin, just without the mustache.
Yeah.
Now, who is this talking?
That's Dave Rose. He's from Canada, so he can't vote.
Yeah, we talked once before, sir, but you clearly showed your disdain for me.
Well, let me tell you something right now. Anybody who works with Joe Cronin, scumbag.
Oh, come on, man. You fucking... Why don't you pretend like you're feeding the homeless?
I'm going to sue you for slander.
For what the fuck did I say about you that isn't true?
Slander in the great name of Kenny Bolin.
What the hell has been said about you that already hasn't been said about diabetes, you fat fuck?
I'm this goddamn wrestler. I've earned my stripes. I've come up the hard way. And you're going to sit there and you're going to say all these bullshit fucking lies. I'm not going to take it no more.
Let me guess, Ryback's in there ready to pick a fight also.
Well, you
Shut the fuck up. No one can continue fucking speaking here.
So you really believe, Kenny, I think you've always been angry just because you helped make John Cena, and then the WWE didn't let you become a manager in the WWE. You helped build all these guys. As you say, I mean, it looks like you couldn't build a fucking cardboard box.
Listen, I have been behind so many great names in wrestling throughout the years, and you just don't know the greatness of a Kenny Bolin, okay?
No, actually, I've got to be honest, because, like, Joe, this guy's already proven that he can get anything he wants. He can walk into a hotel and basically just like trick them into giving him a room and like just give him a sob story, like get a free meal in a diner. Like this guy, he knows how to play.
I tricked Joe Cronin into broadcasting me.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. I mean, you came back and, you know, you made a comment on Twitter.
I had no one left, and he was the only fucking guy that would give me an opportunity.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, God knows.
I built back up my friendships with a lot of people here now lately. So
well, God knows what you did to get back on Vince Russo's shit.
Oh, Vince is a good guy. Always liked him.
No, don't let Cornette say that to you.
Well, what's next for the Kingmaker, Kenny Bolin?
Listen, it's very, very close, and I'm in negotiations right now with a new wrestling company coming out pretty soon here, and I'm going to be working again.
Really? So you're going to be commentating again, and they're going to facilitate this?
I got several superstars lined up right now, ready to drop very soon here. So keep talking shit, and we'll see where it ends up.
Well, maybe you'll fucking die of a heart attack, you fat faggot. How about that?
You know what? Thanos dies, motherfucker.
Oh, you motherfucking piece of shit! Oh, you. No.
know who has the real condom now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that reminds me of when Cornette and Bolin were on my show. Remember that? Let's see.
Placing the crown on my head because this is a very special night tonight.
There you are, Kenny, you fuck.
300 people in the chat room. You're in for a very special evening
I
because
hope you don't set yourself on fire with all the birthday candles on your
we
birthday.
have we didn't put all 57 on there. We just went. Why are you laughing at Price Waterhouse?
Well, it's been in a mayonnaise jar on Funkin' Wagnall's
Funkin'
porch since
Wagnall's
noon
porch.
today. Possible.
1 billion.
It's
That's about 100 million a year, and that's about what we get on average.
No, that's
a little under 100 million. What?
Oh, you can't.
You're not going to argue with
Wait a
Price
minute.
Waterhouse.
Let me
are
stop
you?
you guys for 1 second. Does John Cena have 1 billion downloads, Kenny?
I don't think
on
so.
a podcast? No, so
No,
you have
hell.
1 billion, but John
1
Cena
billion.
doesn't have 1 billion.
Not John Cena, not Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Listen to Bolin and Cornette. They keep talking over each other.
that's certainly not. Who's that guy that butt you kiss all the time? Jim Ross, that's his name. Not Jim Ross, not Chris Jericho.
No,
I've
not
been around the
nobody.
longest. I've got the most established show. I'm a free, independent improviser. I'm an entrepreneur. And I've accomplished something that no man in the history of podcasts has done before. Longevity.
Bolin won't even let Cornette talk.
It's mercury poisoning.
Mercury poison. Well, you'd have to eat a lot of fish to be able to do.
On my dinner. You always do this at dinner time.
I entertain on your show. I'm going to Kingfish.
I'm convinced right now that Bolin and Cornette have fucked on several occasions. I can't prove that.
You notice that both of them have double chins, right?
That's true. That's true. And you know what? If I kept eating dog shit, I'd have that too. Let me hear another donation. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
Sup Joe, the blah blah club less than Joe Cronin. Step.
What's going on, man? Rando Patrick. Shout out to you. Thank you for the drop, man. I appreciate the shit out of that.
Super chat party.
Tommy wet his pants at the movie.
Oh my god, dude.
It's possible.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Actually, you know what's nuts? You know what's nuts? Is a woman in China actually had to be hospitalized because she was crying so hard at Endgame that she started to actually have like numbness in her face. She went through sort of like a hyperventilation situation. Her hand sort of like clamped up and it looked like a claw, and she had to be taken out of the theater to the hospital because she was crying so much.
Ratings down the drain. Vince bringing back the XFL when the ARF literally just tanked after a few months. All signs point to Fox pulling the plug after a year or so, XFL tanking again faster than Roman's cancer, and WWE losing the water coolers. R.I.P.
Mr. Mammoth, the only thing I'll disagree with is I don't think the WWE will lose the water coolers because Vince used all his personal money. Mr. Mammoth.
Don't count XFL out just yet.
Right.
I mean, I didn't like it the first time around, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't worry, Joe. I am ride or die. Kissing face with closed eyes. Kissing face with closed eyes. Kissing face with closed eyes.
I'm so old school. Thank you, man. Yeah, we're for real here, man. I got your backs in the chat, man. I got all your backs, everybody. And I'm sorry to some people who wanted more wrestling talk, and I'm sorry to some people who wanted less wrestling talk. But, you know, the show was kind of whatever it was made out of. I said what I had to say, and you can say whatever you'd like. And that's, you know, what happened tonight. And, by the way, that Kenny Bolin was fucking hilarious, man. That was fucking...
Oh, my God. That impression... Like, Ken, I've always said this, and I'll be honest, because I have nothing to hide. Me and Ken have never... You know, like, I've had our issues in our past. But, thank you, Tommy.
Jeez.
But this guy is a king of impressions. He can really do so many, and, you know, when he's not playing a sound effect 5 times in a row, it's extremely enjoyable.
If I knew... Oh, my God. If I
don't
knew...
mean to throw shade on this right now, but I'm sure I'll get some shit for it, and rightfully so. But that being said, when it comes to the impressions, like, Ken is fucking insanely great. And I appreciate that.
I want to have...
But I just want to catch something on you, Rose. Joe plays sound clips too. Like
not 5 times in a row.
Yes, Joe has played
No, not
sound
5 times
clips
in a row.
before.
Not 5 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is I?
That's my problem. That's again, you play with sound clip one time. That's it. I'm good.
It just seems like you like to bury. It just seems like you like to bury Ken a lot. I don't understand.
No. A lot. Well, can you cite some examples? No, hold on, Joe.
Oh boy,
Tommy might have some sort of validity to his discussion, although I disagree. So he has a right to actually cite examples to prove his point.
I don't have the examples in front of me.
Shut up.
I've just known from the past that you have tried to bury Ken in the past.
No, if you know that, then I'm sure that you know that you can point to something that says that was the time that Dave tried to do that.
He's tried to bury me in the past, Tommy. He's buried me before.
What, Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Rose has tried to bury everybody multiple times in this community.
No, see,
and and honestly,
Joe, you're feeding his ego. Another thing is for you, Joe.
I'm trying to figure out what.
Hold on, Tommy.
I'm trying to figure out where the compliment laced in the insult was.
You motherfucker, you motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Listen, I'm not the only one playing sound drops on my show, though. You got to understand that.
No, I know. It's like it's Chris. No, sorry, it's Mike. It's
me and Mike, and then some of the people like to chime in with their own shit every once in a while, you know.
But that's the thing, though. I'm not saying.
Listen, my own wife complains about it, Dave.
But I'm not saying don't watch Ken's show.
No, I hear you.
Unlike other people,
and
I'm
you're
like, it's not for me. I just won't watch it.
Listen, you're gonna have your opinion no matter what. I know that about you, and God has abled all of us to have our own opinion no matter what the fuck anybody thinks or says. So I respect that. My wife gives me shit about it when I play it too much.
But in the end, who cares? Because the bottom line is you're the one with people that are fucking rabid fans donating to you, calling in and stuff. And that's it. Like, that's what matters. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. Like, one person who doesn't watch compared to the hundreds of people that watch your show.
It does matter.
Thousands?
It does matter. Because if you noticed, when you first made that remark to me months ago, I kind of toned it down.
No, I will say that. I will agree with that because I've noticed that too. But there's been other times where there's been, but I'm not the first one to say this though. I'm not the first one to say about the sound effects and so forth. But that's the thing though. It's just like, it doesn't matter what my opinion is because if I don't like it, I don't need to watch.
It does
matter. I'm not one of these fucking idiots who are like, you got to change because I'm offended. I don't like it. Guess what? It's called closing the tab.
Yeah.
And again, I don't wish you ill harm. I've never, I don't think I've ever projected that. But nonetheless, the fact is people love you. They love what you do, and they love how you do it. It doesn't matter what I say, whether I like it or not. You're going to keep doing what you're doing, which is the proper thing to do.
No, I don't, though. The thing is, when I hear remarks like that, I try to, if it's a legit thing and it's something that, has been brought up by other people, not just someone saying it, one person randomly saying it. And that's what I try to do, is to try to listen to what the people have to say and try to change it to what,
Well, but that's the thing, though. Even if it is legit, Ken, even if it is legit, why? I mean, you decide what's best for your show. Don't take an individual like me, or anybody else for that matter, because there's a lot of haters out there, as you know. Oh, I don't like this show. Well, then don't watch. That's it. Just don't watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, people appreciate input if it's the right input. If it's like if you go on some other platform and start complaining, it is a little weird because you're like, like Ken hears it or I hear it. It's like we're kind of like, well, damn, why didn't you tell me that? Like, not even like. But we got to hear that and be like, all right, maybe make an adjustment to that or whatever.
In this case, he has said that off air. So
right.
I mean, with him, in his case, he did say it off air. But what I'm saying is that the issue with you with the Kenny Baldwin and shit, like Dave said it before, like you could have sued this guy. You could have fucking went and actually pressed charges and had something done on this guy, through the right channels, and you didn't. Like, people got to take that into account. Like, you didn't fucking fire back, even though what this guy did was kind of discredit you, and he tried to discredit you in a way. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's like that you gave that guy more of a chance than he gave you, to be honest.
Well, it's weird what he did.
Honestly, I gotta interject here. And he tried to poison the well, because the problem is that when he has access to certain people in the wrestling industry, when he poisons somebody like Joe Cronin with a character assassination, it spreads throughout the entire industry, prevents Joe from doing his job, and basically blacklists him from the community.
Jericho blocked
what
me.
Ryback was saying, what Ryback said to you. You got the, you have the responsibility of projecting blah 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 on your channel because you have people listening to you and taking your advice and your blah 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 on everything. But yet the same thing stands for a guy like Kenny Bolin. You're a young dude, family, you're doing a show on YouTube. Like he should have taken that into consideration. Like, he's a young guy, like he didn't fuck me over or anything. I mean, for Christ's sake, the guy put me on his own channel, 1, 2, 3. Like, you have to that he should have taken that into consideration. You know what I mean?
And it's weird because then Jericho blocked me after that. So because they're friends with Jericho, so like then Jericho was like, fuck him.
See, that's exactly what Ryback said.
You could bring that up in court.
Yeah, like, you influence people. That guy is fucking hurting like the business overall by fucking doing that. And I don't mean just your business. I mean the wrestling business overall.
What do you think about Jacob, who was in here like nothing ever happened? But
well, listen, Jacob, we had a little thing a couple of weeks ago where Jacob was calling the show, and I think he called on a regular number, and I brought him in, and I was like, how come you didn't call on Skype or something like that? And then I made a remark like he was calling a lot, which I didn't even mean to really say it like I did. Once I listened back to it, I was like, I didn't even mean it like that. I was like just talking at the mouth at that point, like trying to figure shit out loud. And I apologized to him and everything, and said to him, hey man, no hard feelings. Like I've put you on before, and I'll put you on again. Like, I don't have a problem doing that. So, hard feelings. And we both basically, shook hands, and that it was all good. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but like, my point is, like, he's been saying stuff for a while, but when he's on our shows, we doesn't have a problem.
Yeah.
But he's been saying stuff for a while. So then the other day when he said all that stuff about us, then he even went as far as to say he doesn't watch anymore, and he said this.
Yeah.
Well, the clip didn't play, but hang on, let me play it. I mean, you heard this, right?
That shit was dope.
I haven't been watching Joe or Ken for like the last month. I don't know why.
Oh shit.
Did you see the Child's Play poster? They are predicting Woody's death in Toy Story 4.
Irish John Madden, thank you, Irish John Madden. And yes, I have seen that. I've heard that.
Saying he's gonna die?
I mean, like, I don't know why we need to kill.
That's horrible.
Right?
Fucking, how these kids are gonna react to that? Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, we don't.
What the fuck is going on in this
Well, you know what, Ken? They kind of need it, considering the fact that we grew up with Bambi getting Bambi's mom getting shot,
You're right about that.
and yet we've got all these like soft, snowflakes that are just crying about like their coffee not being made right. Maybe they do need something like this.
Yeah, maybe
they don't live forever.
Can I mention one thing real quick? I don't know if you guys mentioned this. I don't want to do no spoilers or anything, but there was a little SJW going on in the latest fucking
Endgame.
Yeah,
It
was.
Oh my god, that one scene,
at
the
end
girl
of
power
Endgame.
scene.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a tiny bit.
That
like,
was fucking
they throw that
bullshit.
in there. They consciously threw that in there. They consciously.
Of course they did, and I hope that Joe has me on his review with other people as well. But the bottom line is they didn't even need Captain Marvel in this movie to make it good.
Well, the thing is that
thrown in there
during that scene, I was watching the movie like this. I was like, "This is fucking crazy. What's gonna happen?" And then they did that moment, and I went, "Oh!" And then I had to come back into the movie because it was so cringy, dude. You could have done that with Men, and it would have been cringy.
Rumor has it might be one of the new Avengers movies that comes out in Phase 4, Phase 5 called A-Force, which is all women Avengers.
And it's in the comics.
Look at us, so diverse.
Comic book back in the day.
It
If
is.
that was a comic book, I would go see the movie then.
It was. It was in the comic book. Yep.
All right, so then I would say, okay, listen, they didn't just make this up for the time that we're living in.
Yep.
It was obviously a comic book from back then, so I wouldn't say it's complete.
But it was still agenda produced, because the bottom line is there are other stories that have all these different sort of great aspects and nothing to do with gender or sexuality or anything like that, despite the fact that some of these characters are established to be either gay or, whatever.
You're right
like
about
it
that.
doesn't come into play. A good story doesn't even need to discuss that shit.
Like, when are we as a society going to grow? Like, going to be? Listen, if you're smart enough, you're going to know that gender doesn't mean shit. It's all about what's in the person's heart and soul and mind. That's what it's about. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man.
Because
when are these movies going to rise above that? When are we going to rise
We already
above
did.
that?
It's not anytime soon.
You know?
I feel like we did rise above it already, and now we're like taking a big step back. It's like all these step forwards.
You're right about that.
They keep saying,
you're
"Oh,
right
we're
about
taking a great step forward." I feel like we're taking steps back. We
you're
already
right.
did.
So you gotta, then if you believe that, you got to show that image I showed you, that article that actually said about the last episode of Game of Thrones, that the sacrifice that the Dothraki made was a clear indication of white supremacy in Game of Thrones, that they were trying to eliminate visible minorities. Like, this is a real fucking headline. There's a real article out there that talks about this, and there are newspapers that pick up this headline and spread it through their websites. This is real. Like, this is insane, the level that we've gotten right now.
That's fucked up, man.
I can tell you one movie that really throws out social justice warrior, Frozen.
Dallas? Oh, what?
No, Frozen.
Frozen.
Yes, because in the theme, it's like, oh, we don't need men. We just need the power of sisterly love. You know, like that's.
No, why would you go to that to fucking like?
What are you talking about?
SJW.
You know what's kind of scary though is I might have to agree with Tommy on this one, only for the fact that they've already announced that Frozen 2 is gonna like openly show that Elsa is gay.
What?
For real?
Yeah, that is
announced.
True. That is true.
And first of all, like, what do kids do even care about fucking sexuality? Let them watch fucking.
That's not what they're going to the movies to watch. They're not there to learn about sex and, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
No, but like, look it up, and you will see Elsa's confirmed gay. That like the producer, the writer, whatever is like, yeah, we want to push that she is openly revealed as gay. It's and you think to yourself, what does that even matter in the movie? It's like, who cares?
Lucky Lowe was telling me that they're doing like, and he made sense when he was talking to me about this, and said that he thinks that they're doing all this shit in movies to try to take away from family. The family aspect.
No, absolutely.
No,
that's
it's
a proven
been-
fact, because there's Marxist documents that have been made since the 1890s that basically say the best way to destroy society is to first attack the family, distort the views on the role of the parents, i.e. male and female, and that will then allow for enough sort of disorientation for society to basically go the same way as Rome during its destruction. It literally is like planned.
Yeah, they
Sorry to
want
go
us.
like deep into this stuff, but like I've got the documents to prove it, because they're the ones that are producing these documents, not me. They're the ones who are publicly saying this is what we want to do.
They want you
And
to get
even-
married and break up. That's what they want.
And you know what, Joe? I've got to really interject here and basically stand up and defend you when you published a video on Twitter, basically showing how California is basically pushing for acceptance into pedophilia. And Troy comes in and is like, oh, that's not what the case is and stuff. No. Are you sure? Have you ever heard of NAMBLA, for example? All these organizations that are basically trying to push pedophilia as acceptable. And now they're trying to say LGBTP because we can't judge pedophiles because that's not like a criminal thing. It's just love. Like, look at the documents and look at what's happening now. It's all part of a plan. It is for the destruction of the family, as Lucky said.
Fucked up, man.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. What Disney movie would you say would have liberal agendas in it? And in a recent Disney movie, what movie would you say has recently come out from Disney has liberal agendas in it?
Everything after Beauty and the Beast, probably.
Well, I was going to say also WALL-E. WALL-E, because that movie was big, liberal, environmental, in your face. It made it look funny. They sugarcoated it, but they really tried to say men.
It was environmental, I'll tell you
Bro,
that.
you better be careful with Wally, bro. I love Wally. You better be careful.
But look at the way the facts
I love Wally.
Love that
movie. I love Wally the character, but the big lining behind that movie put a big stamp on it, because that is one of the biggest environmental movies, pointing at us as people, as human beings, as being scumbags.
That's what they're trying to push. but it's not true. But like, I will agree with you that there are some things that are agenda driven there, and that includes like how they have the fat people basically carted around and like fed, and they don't do any sort of exercise and stuff, and that's what we're seeing in society. But it is true, they're trying to make it look like humans are like this evil species that we pollute and stuff, and we all know that if we have the opportunity, we're going to recycle if we can.
Well, but that's not.
We do care about our environment.
That's not true. Neither thing is true 100%. The truth is some people do recycle, and some people couldn't give a shit if they pour battery acid on the lawn. Some people are fucked up. Like that's the truth is in the middle of that. Like many good people care, many people don't.
Do you think most people are good?
I'd say it's split.
I would say most people are good as a broad statement, but are most people do that? It's probably 50-50. Like Ken said.
Also so if that's the case, if we made it easier for them to be able to dispose of the recyclables, don't you think they would? If they have that, again, if they're good people and it's easier for them to dispose of the recyclables,
well, okay,
they're going to do it.
So if you don't recycle, you're not a good person. Is that what we're saying?
No. But like the thing is, though, if it's made easier for you and you're already like pro-environment, don't you think that it's just going to be something that you're going to like do more easily?
Yes, but the stats, don't say that everybody does it at all. Like it's actually amazing that a lot of more people don't.
Have you looked at the stats? Because I have.
It's been a few years.
Do you know why some people don't recycle? Because they don't make it easy in some municipalities to be able to do so. They don't like provide the blue bin or whatever they use in America. They don't have these things like accessible, or you have to like walk a distance to put them on your curb. Like there's reasons for this.
Yeah, I believe you're right. In fact, where I used to live, it was weird because we recycled less where I used to live, and we had our own recycling bin. And now where I live now, we're given a recycling bin and a trash bin, and they come by, and the recycling's only every other week. And I don't know if it's because I'm in my own house now, but now we recycle like crazy. Like everything gets recycled.
You guys might remember
the same shit that happened with me.
Maybe not Tommy, but maybe you guys remember, all the three of you, myself included, remember when we had, a soda pop in glass bottles. Yeah. And to return them, we would get money for it. We wouldn't like purposely destroy these things. We'd purposely collect them, go around the neighborhood, try to collect them, and maybe makes a little bit of pocket money.
Well, do you know why that is? I'll tell you why. Because inflation everywhere has happened, but the bottles are all still 5 cents.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. What the fuck is the deal with that? Everything else went up, but the fucking return bottles.
Can you imagine if I told you that imagine if each bottle was worth 25 cents?
They're 20 cents up here.
All right, wow, dude. So like even 20 cents. If every bottle was 20 cents and every can was 20 cents,
dude, let me tell you, man. The people come by my house all the time when we put out the recycle bins, and they go through your bins and take
the homeless ones.
Yeah, well, I mean,
anybody.
Believe it or not, they're not homeless here. The guy's got a nice car, and he drives around and fucking goes to every.
That's even worse.
And he fucking fills up his car with bags and bags and bags and bags of recycling, and he goes and I guess cashes it in, man.
Because in 8 hours,
trash.
You know what I'm saying? You can acquire probably $40 every 3 hours.
Yeah,
that reminds you of Ricky.
He makes money, bro. He makes money. This guy, man, he must.
Am I right, Rose?
20 bags in there.
Yeah,
I don't think Ricky is that smart to collect,
shit bum
glass and
fuck
bottles.
Oh my God, Oxen! Thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum. He just says fuck women.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Jesus,
maybe
man.
Okay.
They're the mothers of our fucking whole world, man. You gotta love the women, and maybe that's what you mean.
If it wasn't for women, we would go extinct as a gender.
Once in a while, I feel the same way.
Not according to feminists. They think that they can raise children in some sort of like.
Oh, right, because now they can just create them in a lab. So kill the men because we can just keep their sperm.
That's what they think. But then again, these things are going to be born without a soul, and they're going to be.
Well, most of them are dogs.
There's some feminazis out there that believe that all men need to die. Like I've seen some of the videos out there.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan, they're going to be the first to have their heads cut off by the Islamicists or by the militias.
Holy shit. Listen, I got to get out of here. I've gone way over what I was supposed to. And
peace out, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks to Ken from Foulmouth for coming on, and Dave Rose for killing it. Tommy NC 2010. And
Monetize this champion.
The Monetize This champion who still doesn't have his belt.
Made a great appearance.
Thanks to big fat ass Kenny Fuck Bolin and his piece of shit microphone.
Oh, and Cornette, he made a good appearance too.
Yeah, thanks to Jim. And I'm out of here, guys. Thank you very much, boys. I will see you guys tonight for the SmackDown review. And I'm out of here. Love you. See you tonight, everybody. Hashtag fact.
I lay you around and I'm Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit. All you dick-riding fucks with your minuscule channels. All you humping Cronin's vids like an army of camels. Sitting comfy as shit. Make your own monetize this. You got 13 subscribers, now you're starting to Twitch. You got the same mic and setup, stop riding his dick. You got the same Skype setup, who you trying to kid? Get your own fucking gimmick, intellectual property. You're trying to pass Joe like he's going Monopoly. You won't be making $200, you're getting fucked by the long cock attendance racket Jones. Come fuck with me, taking your take, and you'll never give it back. Sitting hitting on the same 6 women in the chat. I lay you around and I'm Cronin's dick. Even though your own show is shit. Chris Peeps is about as real as a spray tan. Face looking like it's grazed by a rape van. You done fucked up, cuck butt, you suck butt, your cunt's bloody, you dumb fuck, and your mom's a slut. And while I'm at a fucking leash, motherfuckers, hold these words, leave you shitting in your sheets, motherfuckers. You are corny little bitches, this is beef, motherfuckers. Watch me beat, meat, skeet, skeet, skeet on your mothers. Starting to think Joe Cronin should start charging admission for all the people that are riding on his dick these days. Fuck. Get your own ideas. I lay you around.